Arnold, Valley Sports South, and Valley Sports Southeast. The heart of the fan.
You know how important the NL East division games are, and it starts with the Mets.
It's a great division. You're facing a top-tiered pitcher every night.
Swing and a miss, strike three. Scherzer strikes out the side.
Fried has been dominant. Struck him out, 98 on the black.
That's what aces do.
Arguably one of the toughest divisions, top to bottom, in baseball. And every single night we go out there, we know it's going to be a grind, and there are going to be teams that are coming after us, and we're going to be going after them.
Out of here! Pete Alonso with his second of the day! A two-homer day for Duvall.
When there's starting to be things on the line, that's when you really see the best in players come out and the most competition.
He made the catch!
Oh my goodness.
Andor with a gorgeous stop.
Riding 360 spin, fires, wow. Swing and a fly ball, wow. Swing and a fly ball belted. That one's gonna go! Mets, Braves, next. World champion Atlanta Braves baseball is brought to you by Truist. It's only mid-July, but it feels like October as the Braves host the first place New York Mets in a big three-game series here at Truist Park. This series has it all, with the Braves just a game and a half games behind New York in the Eastern Division race. 9 All-Stars, 2 50-win teams, a couple of guys participating in the Home Run Derby. This one's going to be an awful lot of fun as we get you started here in Atlanta, Georgia. Hi again, everybody. Brian Jordan, Peter Moylan, Chip Carey. Here we go. It's the Braves and Mets, fellas. We've waited since early May to see these guys in our home ballpark. It feels like October, especially with this pitching matchup for Game 1.
Oh, it sure does. This is the way you want to do it. You said that we weren't playing very good baseball last time we set the Mets, and you were right. But luckily for us, we turned it away. And what better way to prove that to send our ace Max Fried to the mound tonight? He has been spectacular this year. In fact, since that last Mets start, BJ, he's gone at least 6 innings in all but one of those starts. It's exactly what aces do. But on the other side, they've got their own ace in Max Scherzer.
Max Fried, Scherzer, he gets it done, guys. It's not going to be an easy matchup, but our offense seemed to rise to the occasion when you're facing #1 pitchers, especially Max Scherzer. We've had a lot of success against this guy, but it's not going to be easy. Ronald Acuna hitting 350 off of this guy. Hopefully he can keep that going, and the offense will follow suit.
Well, the ballpark is packed. The Braves are playing terrific baseball. They've got a 6-1 homestand, and they hope to make it 7-1 behind their ace, Max Fried. We're going to have a lot of fun tonight. It's the Braves and Mets second series head-to-head, and we'll get things started at Truist Park right after our first timeout next.
Take it all, not gonna take a ball. Unbeatable, just unstoppable. Gotta take it all, not gonna take a ball. Yeah, 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 yeah. That's how we do it. Yeah, 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 yeah. That's how we do it.
Well, guys, as if sweeping the Nationals wasn't news enough yesterday, there was plenty of news after the Braves walked off in extra innings last night. 5 Atlanta Braves are all-stars. They will go to Los Angeles with Braves manager Brian Snitker. All of those guys are certainly deserving, but that's not the only news. This one was a big surprise. Robinson Cano acquired from the San Diego Padres for cash. He's here. He's in the lineup and playing second base tonight.
How about Alex Anthopoulos? Never sits on his hands. He makes it happen. I think this is a huge pickup. A former player for the Mets. You know he has a chip on his shoulder. Great decision by Alex Anthopoulos.
There's a look at Buck Showalter. He's been a difference maker for the New York Mets. They are 53-33, 6-4 so far this month. They are in town wounded. They are missing Starling Marte, who's injured. Tyler McGill is hurt. Jeff McNeil on paternity leave, and James McCann, their starting catcher, also out. Take advantage of that behind Max Fried, who's 9-2 and looks to get into double digits and wins in his 18th start of the year. He's ready to go. So are we, and we are underway as that's low. 1 ball, no strikes. Brandon Nimmo, the Mets leadoff hitter, at 268 on the year. 80-degree night at first pitch in Atlanta. And that's off the plate, ball 2.
Well, this guy right here, Brandon Nimmo, has been hot lately for this Mets ball club. And that's the last guy you want to put on base because he has speed. He has some wheels, and he's going to be aggressive.
8 homers, 32 RBIs for Nimmo, hitting .268. And Max with a rare 3-0 count. Pumps over his first strike of the night. Fried's been brilliant. The Braves have won 9 straight games started by Max. His individual record in that stretch, 5-0 with a 1.85 ERA. And a tapper foul gets him back in the count.
He's just finding a different way to beat an opponent on a nightly basis. He's got so many weapons. We all know about the fastball, the slider, but it's the other 3 that have really come along in the last 12 to 18 months. It's really turned him into the ace that he is and the all-star that he is this year.
And look, the bigger the game is, the more he rises up to the occasion.
That almost picked off Francisco Lindor in the on-deck circle. Nimmo fouls that away to stay alive. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Braves beat the Mets 10 out of 19 times last year. They've won the overall season series 4 straight years. Not coincidentally, they've won the division during that same stretch. They've split the first 4 games head-to-head so far this season. And Nimmo skies it out of play, foul. It's a 3-2 count. For Max Fried and for Max Scherzer, this is a much more comfortable night to pitch and play. It's 80 degrees officially at first pitch. A slight breeze blowing. A lot of the heat and humidity has finally blown through Atlanta after oppressively hot conditions at the start of this homestand. So pitch number 8 for the Mets leadoff man, Brandon Nimmo. And he walks to start the game. So along at bat, Nimmo's at first. What are the 4 keys for Max and the Braves in game 1 tonight?
Well, Max Fried, ice in his veins. We've seen him come through in some huge games. We saw him in the World Series, the game 6, taking it. He loves the challenge. Good man to have on the mound tonight. And then you're facing Max Scherzer. For this offense, you got to pick your pitch. Nothing's going to be straight. He has movement on all pitches. So, hey, be selective.
This is Francisco Lindor. Lindor having a better second season in New York than last. As that one's inside, 1 ball, no strikes.
I think we already see the plan from the Mets. They want to see Max throw a lot of pitches. They know the bullpen was stretched yesterday with the extra inning game, taking a lot of pitches. Last time against the Mets, they were very aggressive against Max early on.
And Fried beat him on May the 2nd up in New York with 6 terrific innings. This one lifted toward right center. Harris will retreat, and he has plenty of room. Lindor skies out, and Fried takes care of him on a couple of pitches. He needed that one on, and 1 out for Pete Alonso. Alonso, one of the 4 Mets All-Stars, and he will be participating in the Home Run Derby, he's announced.
He is Mr. Home Run Derby. I think he lives for the Home Run Derby. I love watching him in the Home Run Derby. I mean, he has a strategy. He has a plan. And, man, that, hey, $1 million, you win. He's been raking it in.
Alonso 2 for his last 16, but 23 homers and 70 runs batted in. One of the game's great young sluggers in Atlanta for the first time this year. Max Fried checks Nimmo. He's got a great pickoff move, as you know. And a floater in for a strike.
What a luxury to have as a left-handed starter like Max, and having such a really nice move. You've seen him catch even first basemen that have seen it multiple times. They get caught sometimes. That's how good it is.
This is the one guy you can't let beat you. You know he's a power hitter, 70 RBIs. Sometimes it's worth walking him.
Alonso is the RBI leader in the National League with those 70. The peg to first, and Nimmo is back safely. Alonso second with Austin Riley in homers behind Kyle Schwarber, who's been slugging for the Phillies. Alonso's hit into 7 double plays. That's the 3rd highest total on the Met team. Max would love one here. No balls and a strike. Paints the inside corner.
Such a good pitch, especially after the slow leg lift, breaking pitch, first pitch. And then he comes with a quick pitch fastball 96 on the inside corner. Good luck, Beach.
Alonso slightly choked up on that axe-handled bat. And right on top of the plate. Fried delivers and skied foul. And back out of play. Packed house in Atlanta. The Braves have drawn wonderfully this entire homestand. It's standing room only tonight. Tomorrow it'll be the same Wednesday afternoon when we wrap up the homestand. The Braves are rapidly approaching 2 million paying customers.
You could feel it driving in, the energy. Yeah. People were here early.
Plus it was replica ring handout giveaway. So the fans were here early.
Pitch number 14 for Max. Late strike 3 call. Alonso's going to talk about that with Chris Siegel. 2 outs.
I think he's going to find it was a pretty good pitch. Fastball, top of the zone. Back-to-back fastballs to Pete. Wasn't looking for it. Definitely caught the top of the zone.
Yeah, if I'm Alonso, I'm saying a couple of words also. That ball seems a little up, but hey, Max Fried loves it.
So Alonso is the second out. Mark Canha the hitter. 30 RBIs for Mark. He's got a couple of hits against Max in his career, and there's that inside corner, Peter. He's found the range on that.
He sure has. On all pitches already too. Usually it takes him a couple of innings to get both locked in on that inside corner, but both slider and fastball seem to be really dialed in already.
Well, Pete, it goes to pitchers that throw around the plate, throw strikes. You're going to get that high fastball at times, right?
Sure, yes. More than you will if you're not hitting that spot consistently.
Right. Nimmo hasn't moved a muscle at first. The pitch is high. You mentioned the strategy of the Mets and taking pitches, making starters and relievers work with a high pitch count. Canha certainly plays into that. He sees more pitches than just about anybody else on this Mets lineup card for Buck Showalter.
What a pickup for the Mets, hiring Buck. I played for Buck Showalter. He demands discipline, and that's something that the Mets needed in the past.
Little pop fly into shallow center. Michael Harris is there. So is Rosario. Michael puts it away, and Max works around a leadoff walk. Max Scherzer goes to work against the red-hot Braves offense here in a scoreless first. Braves come up at home looking to go 7-1 on this homestand. Dansby Swanson is one of the 5 Braves All-Star. He'll hit second behind the overall leading vote getter in the National League, Ronald Acuna Jr. That's the 1-2 punch atop the Toyota starting lineup. Harris moves to 8th, Cano 9th against future Hall of Famer Max Scherzer.
Well, you said it, Chip. He is certainly a future Hall. We were checking the numbers today, actually, on the way in, and he just done it. He's done it every year consistently, over and over again. You know exactly what you're going to get. We've seen him a ton with Washington, but he just keeps getting better. He reinvents himself on a different level every single year when he comes back out.
You know, they always say when you're just one of those learners that never quit, and he learns every year and gets better. And the one thing you have to do to be a dominant pitcher, you got to make adjustments and change, and that's what he's done throughout his whole career.
Ronald Acuna Jr. leading off for the Braves. And Scherzer pumps over his first strike of the game. What Max doesn't want to do is change what he did last time out. 11 strikeouts against the Cincinnati Reds in his first game back from injury for New York. And as great as Scherzer has been, the numbers are what they are. His last 6 regular season games against the Braves, 1-3 with a 5.57 ERA. So he has been a mere mortal at times. Hope that'll be the case tonight. As Acuna didn't get that at 95, right on by. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Just makes it so tough, Beach, when he's got that crossfire on that third base side of the rubber, firing across his body over the outside corner to Acuna. It's tough to even make contact.
Well, like you said, he reinvented himself. Sometimes he'll drop down 3 quarters late in the game just to give you that deception. Every pitch he throws moves a lot. I mean, watching him against Cincinnati, he didn't throw a lot of fastballs. He threw a lot of off-speed stuff.
3-2 pitch is smoked to center. But retreating is Nimmo, and he will make the play. Ronald hit that right on the barrel, but right to the 400 sign for out number 1.
Well, he's been hitting a lot on the barrel, just short of the wall. And I say he's still getting back to himself. So, look, the leg is almost 100%. 12 months out, a little over 12. You're going to start seeing that ball take off.
Yeah, we haven't seen the real Ronald back recovered from injury yet. I think we saw glimpses of it early on, but I think he's still trying to get Hunter back.
All-star Dansby Swanson. How does that sound, Braves country? Can't think of a more deserving player than Dansby and the adjustments he's made after the first 6 weeks, Peter.
That turnaround, BJ, we talk about it almost daily, but just the way that he looked in those first couple of weeks compared to that turnaround now and what he's done these last 2 months has been absolutely incredible.
And like so many of his Braves offensive mates, he's gotten hot at the right time with this big series with the division leaders in town.
And he's staying hot. I mean, that's the thing that's been in his past. He's been a streaky hitter, but now he's figured it out. He's driving the ball to all different fields, getting that foot down. The timing has been perfect.
And this has been the big difference from what I've noticed is the once he gets behind on the count, whether it's 0-2, 0-1, 2-1, he's always in the at-bat.
Yeah, he's not swinging at those sliders off the plate anymore.
And took one on the inside corner. Scherzer surprised him with that pitch. And Dansby is out number 2. First strikeout for Max Scherzer. So 2 quick outs. Matt Olson is coming up. He too has had a good homestand. 9 hits, a homer, 6 RBIs, 5 runs. So on that highlight reel that we showed you from the Braves series with the Mets in New York, he had a homer and drove in 4 against New York pitching. And I thought that was an important split of a series, considering how the Braves were struggling at times offensively. Head to head. That's not the case now. We'll see how it plays out here in game 1. And Scherzer delivers a beautiful changeup. It's 0-2.
Scherzer is setting him up right now with that 2 pitches away. I think you're going to see that slider in off the plate to get a chase.
Fastball, and Max Scherzer with a couple of strikeouts has a 1-2-3. Bottom of the first. The duel is on. Fried and Scherzer, Braves and Mets, no score. Eduardo Escobar is ready to go for New York as we head to a scoreless second inning. Escobar, Guillorme, and J.D. Davis, the trio scheduled against Max Fried. Max has a walk and a strikeout in his first frame tonight. This ball is popped toward third, but foul. And he might have broken his bat. Even count. He did.
Those numbers may not be eye-popping, Chip, Beach, but every time I watch the Mets play, he seems to do something to help them win, whether it's move a guy over or whether it's make a defensive play that doesn't show up in the box score. He's doing something. I thought he was a really good signing as well.
Yeah, from Milwaukee. I'm surprised Milwaukee let him walk.
Even count for Escobar. You know, we talk to managers and they use a term that may sound trite, and it's not. Talking with Buck Showalter before the game about this man, he said he's a ball player. That's really the ultimate compliment a manager can give a major league player. Plays hard, plays the game right. Knows his role and fills it well as he pops this one to the left side. Austin Riley staggers at the line. And He makes the play for out number 1. It's no secret, guys, how the Braves have won 14 straight division championships, how they've won the World Series. It's pitching, pitching, and more pitching, and that's our Zaxby's indescribably good play tonight.
Yeah, if you just check out these ranks, I mean, Braves starting pitchers since June 1st, 19 wins, ERA in the 3s, a 49% ground ball rate, Chip. Opponent slugging just .328 with a 28% strikeout rate. Come on now. Spencer Strider was came in and just sort of solidified that for us.
Yeah, that was the big reason. Putting him in that 5th spot. Charlie Morton starting to work himself back into shape, and he has been dominant like he was before.
This is Luis Guillorme getting the start at second. No Jeff McNeil. Paternity leave. So we may miss him in this 3-game series. He's another one of the Mets All-Stars. As this one is lashed down the left field line, and that is a fair ball. And it hits off the netting, or a fan interfered with it. So Guillorme will stand at second with a 1-out 2-base hit. And it's always in a series like this, guys, you know all about the stars. Many times it's the understudies that rise up, and Guillorme has here in the second.
And I didn't get a chance to say anything before he swung at that first pitch, driving it the other way. But this guy has been a thorn in our side. Yeah. Whenever he gets in that lineup, whether it's coming off the bench or starting at second base, he seems to step up and have big games.
So the first RBI chance goes to the Mets. J.D. Davis is the hitter. He's the designated hitter for New York. 3 homers, 19 RBIs for the big right-hand slugging J.D. Davis. And that's up and away. 1 ball, no strikes. Hasn't been able to get ahead of these Mets hitters consistently yet. 2-0 for the 7th place hitter.
And that's surprising because Max is that guy that gets ahead of hitters, throws strike 1, and then force hitters to hit his pitch. So I'm a little surprised he's falling behind early in this game.
Hitters count, 2 balls, no strikes. And now 2-1. The Mets are 6-4 in July. They are 26-11 against Eastern Division foes. They've played 8 more games in the East than the Braves have. And they have a real rough schedule. They leave Atlanta, go face the Cubs before the All-Star break, and open the second half with the Padres, the Yankees, and at Miami for 3.
Oh boy.
So they run through a buzzsaw here in the middle of July. Starting with Max Fried tonight. And in the dirt, ball 3 for J.D. Davis. You got the left-hand hitting Travis Jankowski waiting on deck. If you lose Davis, you set up a double play. Jankowski, the 8th place New York hitter. And again, he's in there because Starling Marte has a sore groin.
I like the hair, though.
The 3-1. Did it go? That's called a strike at the plate.
That's just a case of thinking that you're going to get a fastball, seeing fastball, and not being able to stop yourself.
Yeah, 3-1 count. You're expecting a fastball right down the middle, and you're trying to unload, and all of a sudden it's not there. You're caught.
So Max ready with a full count pitch. And Davis will see another.
See Max gone right at these guys.
Well, he's falling behind, which worries me a little bit because this is a pretty good hitting team when they got the count in their favor.
This is a tough Met team to strike out. The 2nd fewest strikeouts as an offense. And Max is making his 30th pitch. Here it is. And he got his man to swing and miss. Big second out for Fried. Second strikeout.
I think Max got trying to get this one down and in, slipped up and out a little bit, but saw spin. JD Davis obviously saw spin and just reacted to the spin, thinking he was going to come middle in and never got there.
The old "it was so bad it was good" pitch. And now you go lefty-lefty with Travis Jankowski.
Look, if you remember early in the season when we played these guys, they didn't hit a lot of balls hard. They were hitting, what, 60-mile-an-hour exit velo, hitting singles all over the place.
Well, that's one big difference between the Braves and Mets, is power. And it sounds surprising when you think of a New York club with Pete Alonso going to the home run derby and all. The Braves have hit 48 more homers than the New York Mets have this year. The Mets have 85. Atlanta has 133 of them. The pitch. And that hit Jankowski. Max Fried said he didn't try to get out of the way. And the Mets have been hit by 60 pitches this year. And Chris Siegel won't give Max Fried the benefit of that hanger that hit Jankowski. And Tomas Nido coming up.
That's the trouble. He seems to be having a bit of trouble. That's the pitch, excuse me. He seems to be having a bit of trouble finishing. I don't know whether it's the humidity or he's gone to the rosin bag a few times. He's blowing on his hands. He's wiping on his pant leg. He's trying to get some grip for that curveball.
It looked like Jankowski, he just stuck his elbow out there.
You see the slider didn't have the sharp bite the last pitch too. Maybe the spinners are being affected with the humidity right now.
Get on base any way you can.
And he's got a big lead for Tomas Nido. As Max falls behind again, 1 ball, no strikes. Nido in for James McCann, who got hurt on the Mets homestand. Again, Buck Showalter said they lost 3 players in the span of about 5 minutes. So Nido thrust into extended duty, starting with game 1 in Atlanta tonight. On the ground, foul.
That was a better pitch there.
Well, you look at the Mets season. I mean, they've been pretty healthy almost from the start of the season until now. So they're going through their woes. Well, we've been through our woes and we're getting healthy. You know, but we're still missing a big part of this team in Albies.
2 on, 2 out, scoreless game. And Max gets ahead of the catcher now. He's a strike away from turning things over to his offense. He could use a quick resolution to this at bat. And the big crowd in Atlanta cheering him on.
Boy.
Swing and a miss. Nothing wrong with that pitch. 3 strikeouts for Max Fried. Mets strand 2. Four, 5, 6 up for the Braves, starting with the new player of the week in the National League. Guys, that's our Synovus Get There feature.
I love it. Austin Riley, to me, deserves to be in the All-Star game. I'm hoping on a fan vote he can get in that game because he deserves it. He's just continually going on an upward stride as far as batting average, power numbers, RBIs. He is starting to hit his stride.
23 of the Braves, 133 homers. And I hate to use the word snub because still so much could happen when it comes to the All-Star game. But his time is going to come perhaps this year to represent the National League. He's had a great first half.
Yeah, he definitely deserves it, Beach. We talk almost nightly about Austin.
Yeah, I mean, the tough thing is you got Machado at third base and Arenado, right. 2 Gold Glove All-Stars, potential Hall of Famers if they, you know, could stay healthy their career. So you're behind a couple of good guys, man. His time is coming, though.
Max Scherzer back to work with a 2-1 pitch that missed outside, ball 3.
I think if we're talking about Braves that maybe have a chance to go, we can't forget AJ Minter. AJ Minter has had an unbelievable first half.
Yes.
I think if there's a chance a non-closer goes, if one of those guys can't make it, then AJ should be first one on.
High towering fly ball to left. Canna going back. And a step shy of the warning track. Riley just missed and flies out, one away. The wind is blowing left to right here. That got up in the jet stream and may have helped keep it close to the outfield grass instead of the wall. So Riley's retired. 4 up, 4 down for Scherzer. And Marcell Ozuna is coming up.
Riley just missed that pitch. Wow.
Got under it.
Yes,
110 off the bat, 45-degree angle. Must have just got under it, just a hair. It's got to be frustrated, Beach. No one you squared it up, but just missed the angle slightly.
Especially when you're facing Max Scherzer.
Marcell Ozuna with a couple of career homers against Scherzer. Takes a slider for a strike. And just like that, it's 0-2 for the Braves designated hitter. Marcell has 17 homers. He's driven home 37 men. They give him the right side of the infield with 2 strikes and 1 out.
First curveball of the night. That's what he'll do. Mixing the occasional cutter as well. I was just telling you, Beej, it just must be so much more fun to pitch with 5 pitches.
Yeah, definitely. Keeping hitters off balance.
2-2. Well, he is one of the all-time greats. Over 3,000 strikeouts. 195 career wins. For Max Scherzer. Great matchup to start the series. Scherzer and Max Fried. The pitch. Swing and a miss. Changeup. So he threw everything. Slider, fastball, curveball, cutter, change in that sequence to Ozuna.
That's one of my keys. You got to pick and choose that pitch, because you're not going to get anything straight.
And his stuff is so good, as is Max Fried's, that it doesn't bother him if he shows all of his stuff the first time through the lineup.
Right.
And that's an example against Ozuna. Here's Eddie Rosario. Good to have Eddie back. He's done nice work at the plate. And fouled that one off his knuckles for a strike.
That's the one that is straight, but it's 96 underneath your hands.
And it's up in the zone.
Yeah.
Trying to get you to chase.
The Mets play Eddie as a pull hitter, and he smacks that one into straightaway center. And Brandon Nimmo is under, and Max Scherzer 6 up, 6 down. Max Fried goes back to the top of the Mets batting order. No score.
Of the season. Braves manager Brian Snitker has simply said many times, I am a Brave. He's been with the organization since 1977. And in 1984, he had the pleasure of coaching Mr. Jose Cano, Robinson Cano's father, in Durham. And guys, you got to check out this picture. It's absolutely beautiful. I didn't know if that was Tom Selleck, Kevin Costner. No, that's Brian Snitker. What a good-looking man right there. And he said he's really excited and looking forward to managing Robinson. And guys, time goes by, but that's a pretty cool story.
Great story, Bertie. Glad you're with us tonight. And Robinson Cano will come up for the first time as a Braves when we get to the home third. No score. Max Fried starts his second trip through the Mets lineup. He started with a walk to Brandon Nimmo, and Peter, that looks like an important pitch.
Yeah, that first pitch slider there. Having trouble with those 2 spinners last inning, I think that's an important sign that he's able to find that. It's a really important pitch to him, especially against right-handed hitters.
Nimmo walked and was stranded in the opening inning for New York. And 0-2 for the New York center fielder.
That slider looked like it went down where the other one went sideways. Excellent pitch there. Took a lot off of that, and the curveball just broke down. I was hoping he'd get a chase right there out in front. Now fastball up in the zone.
Depends. Might go sinker in here too.
Well, let's find out, shall we? 1 ball, 2 strikes. Just missed the outside corner. So Nimmo back even, 2 balls, 2 strikes.
This is the other thing Nimmo does. He just fights and fights and fights.
We saw, what, 8 pitches in the first at bat of the night. Max threw 17 in the first inning. He's up to 41 now with nobody on or out in the 3rd inning. The pitch downstairs. He's gone full a couple times already.
This is where Brandon Nimmo has improved. Not swinging out a lot of pitches out of the zone, and he's one guy last year used to swing a lot of bad pitches.
Well, he's 0 for his last 12, but has a 9-game road hitting streak working for the Mets tonight. And this one is corked toward left center field. That's going to get down, and it's going to split Rosario and Harris. Harris will pick it up, but not before Nimmo stands at second with a leadoff double. So the Mets have 2 two-base hits in the game, and this is their best scoring chance. Lindor, Alonso, and Canna coming up with nobody out and a runner at second.
Went back to that slider again. Ended up middle. Nice piece of hitting by Nimmo.
He's really showing some patience there. I mean, that's a great at bat. If a hitter sees a slider enough and you leave it in that middle, he's going to hurt you.
Francisco Lindor flied out his first time and takes a strike. You might recall for Max, he left the start against the Cardinals, 6 innings, 5 hits, no runs, some right gluteal tightness. I don't know if that's had an effect on his marksmanship early, but obviously he's good enough to go here in game 1 tonight. But he just seems a bit off.
Yeah, a little bit off mechanically. Whether he's spinning off. Velocity seems good. That was the first changeup we've seen. Movement on the changeup was fine. Velocity on the changeup was good.
You want to talk about this Mets team, you got to talk about Lindor. He has been the difference this year on this ball club. Big signing last year out of Cleveland. Just couldn't find his way in New York. A lot of injuries, a big disappointment, but this year he has come in with the right attitude. And this is the Lindor I remember back in Cleveland.
But he was one of the great stars of the then Indians team. Last year, Lindor 63 RBIs. He already has 60 this year for them. And a chance for the game's first RBI here with a 1-2 count in the New York 3rd. Braves trying to keep Nimmo close. Robbie Cano close to the second base bag. The pitch. And 2-2. Pete Alonso's next.
He's also been that guy that's on the top step, you know, giving high fives, playing a leader of this ball club. And I know Buck Showalter probably called him in the office at the beginning of the year and said, this is your team.
Well, as you said earlier, Brian, you played for Buck Showalter down in Texas, and we all know about the Mets. They have a storied history. A lot of it hasn't been all that good the last couple of years, and changing the perceptions and expectations for the Mets club, I would assume, Brian, is job number 1 for him.
Yeah, he was the perfect guy for this job, and you know, he demands respect, commands it, but he also, discipline is important for him.
On the ground, Riley's got a friendly hop. Toss across in time. Lindor can't advance the runner. Max got a rollover on a curveball. 1 out for Alonso.
Great play by Riley, making sure Nimmo stays at second base with that speed. But just to get back to Buck Showalter, I mean, discipline is important to him. He wants to know what's going on. He wants to take the pulse of the team every single day and make sure he holds guys accountable. And that's the problem with the Mets over the last couple of years. Guys just weren't held accountable. A lot of disappointing play. Guys pretty much quitting in the middle of the season. But it's a different team this year.
And they're in first place as a result of that as Alonso. It's one. Riley can't stop that one. It ticks off his glove. And Nimmo's going to come around and score. And the throw into second is going to be late. Mets strike first. A couple of doubles here in the inning. Pete Alonso guides one down the third base line, and New York strikes first.
Yeah, first time through, the Mets seemed pretty patient against Max Fried. They weren't wasting any time so far. Pete Alonso took advantage of the pitch and hanging curveball, pulled it down the line, just past Riley's glove.
He's such a strong kid. He got out in front on that curveball, was able to keep it fair.
So RBI number 71 for Pete Alonso. And that's with a run on 3 hits. Score first here in the third inning. Here's Mark Canha. He flied out his first trip. Well, you can live with one. Don't want to give Max Scherzer too many more than that if you can avoid it. Max is already through the Mets lineup. Well, first time he's facing the cleanup hitter for the second time here in the third inning.
Beej, it almost seems like they take the approach where they're not going to swing at anything inside the second time around. They're going to force him to be out over the plate.
Well, he's fallen behind so much early on, so the second time around you want to say, hey, throw strike one.
Well, that's a great point. First pitch strikes for Max. He's 5 for 13 in this game. That is not Max Fried at his best. And he's behind here. 2 balls, no strikes. Way high, overthrew that. It's 3-0. This is one of those games that I know Bertie has talked about, in that you make 30 starts, you go out there with 5, everything's working, and it's almost effortless.
Yeah.
There are also 4 or 5 where you've got to find a way with very little command to keep your team in the game. .3-0 count. And ball 4. Cano walks. First and second, 1 out, and Escobar is coming up.
A visit here by Cranny. Yeah, you're right. This is exactly what separates the aces from the other guys. It's the guys that are able to make the adjustments and figure out what it is that's going wrong and make the adjustments quick enough to not let this get out of hand. You're right. We can afford to give up 1. Scherzer seems pretty locked in. Any more than this, and we might be looking down the barrel. But Beej, it's a perfect visit by Cranny here too.
It is a good visit. But we talk about the weather early on. It's a lot cooler than normal, so humidity is not a problem. But you said it, Peter. Looks like he's having problems gripping the ball, which I just don't get right now. Because this is phenomenal weather right now for baseball.
And as we know, in a game where maybe you don't have your A+ stuff, your fortunes can turn on one pitch. He's a double play away from sending the Braves to the plate here in the third inning. Escobar popped out his first time up. He's 1 for his last 17. Got that inside corner called. Strike 1.
Better location and better bite on that slider. Great job by d'Arnaud there.
Saved a base at first and second, and the count even for the New York third baseman. He's a .160 career hitter against the Braves. Let's send that tumbling even lower here, shall we, with a 1-0 New York lead. So 2 strikes in her half.
See if Eduardo can roll over on one here.
Yeah, I was just thinking that changeup right here, get him out in front after that fastball inside. I know it was a pull, but if you throw a changeup here, get him to roll over the shortstop. Sinker instead. Yeah. Same idea, different velocity.
One ball, 2 strikes. Alonso and Canna, the New York runners, they have scored the first run. They brought home Nimmo, who doubled to start the inning. And the 2-strike pitch. Fly ball into shallow center. That is going to drop. He's got to play at third with a good throw, but it's going to 3-hop and in safely is Alonso. So Escobar with a bloop single with 2 strikes, I beg your pardon, loads the bases and only 1 out.
That's frustrating for Max. He made the right pitch here, got him out in front, but unfortunately got enough of the barrel to it to get under it. Plonk it right in between Dansby and Michael Harris II.
This is how they beat us early in the season. Don't have to hit the ball hard. Just find a little bloop shot here and there in the right situations.
Now you really got to make a pitch. Luis Guillorme has been a pest. He's doubled already tonight. He hits with the bases loaded and has a 5-game hitting streak. He's the hottest Met hitter.
Careful first pitch, Beach.
May not see a better one than that. 96 right down Peachtree. Thank you. Strike 1.
Max looked like he went to another level on that pitch too. You know, we've seen it before. Max gets in these modes where he just turns it on, and
yeah, when he gets angry, it's a different Max out there.
oh man.
Chris Segal with a flinch, but he didn't get the call. Even count.
That's pretty close. And especially in this situation, it might be a little bit down if I'm being completely honest, but I just want that pitch so bad, Beach.
1 ball, 1 strike. Little tapper is rolled foul. This is where the Mets have been very good this year, hitting .323 with the bases loaded. Max wants to take care of Guillorme here, get the second out, or get a rollover, double play, and end this very long top of the 3rd.
Well, if the strategy was to get the pitch count up, they have done a phenomenal job, the Mets hitters.
The 1-2 pitch. On the ground, Robbie Cano. Glove shovel to Dansby. Off stride throw. They didn't get it. Bang, bang, play at first. They get the force at second. A second run scores. We'll see if the Braves take a look at this one at first. Walt Weiss says check it out.
It's a live.
Either it's inning over or it's 2-0.
Man. From the blind, from my eye up here, and I'm looking, obviously, it looked like we might have got him.
A flat-footed throw for Swanson. That's all he could do. The scoop. And is there enough from that angle? This might be a better look.
Next challenge.
Oh boy.
Man, we need a better angle.
And remember, the call on the field was safe. There needs to be clear and convincing evidence to overturn that bang bang play at first. That's one. If Dansby was able to set his feet and have his momentum moving toward the bag, he might have gotten a little more on the throw, but it was an awkward, weirdly timed play, and the Mets for the moment have a 2-run lead.
Look, I just felt like Robin Cano was so close to second base. Dansby didn't know what he was going to do. And by the time he figured out he was flipping it to him, just couldn't get much on it.
And let's not forget, this is the first time Dansby Swanson and Robinson Cano have played together.
Exactly.
So a huge play in this game. It's either inning over or 2-0 with 2 outs.
After review, the call stands.
So Guillorme reaches on a force play. He drives home his 8th run. Alonso scores. Canna to third. And look, we're looking at it 4 times in slow-mo replay. That's the best angle. Looked like they got him. And Max Fried thought they did. But not enough for New York to overturn the safe call at first. And the Mets cash in their 2 third-inning doubles and lead 2-zip.
There must have been a section of his spike that was on the base that we couldn't see, Beach.
Yeah, it's a close play. You got to regroup and just get this out.
So for Max Fried, he's about to make his 28th pitch of the inning. He trails 2-0. J.D. Davis the batter. And he almost hit him. 1 ball, no strikes. Max has been so good, so consistent for so long. Tonight, it's a battle. And he's ready with his 65th pitch. Popped him up. Olsen, foul ground. Has room, and that will retire the side. The Mets strike first. They score a couple of doubles. 2-0, middle of the 3rd inning. In the 3rd inning, we've already heard from Paul Byrd tonight. We've finally gotten a chance to welcome Kelly Crull back. Kelly, we missed you. Glad you have you back here at Truist Park tonight.
I'm so glad to be back, guys. And I know Adam Duvall is too. A lot of moves this afternoon for the Braves. And in case you missed them, we're going to catch you up. Duvall has been reinstated from the paternity list. And also you heard Birdie mentioning Robinson Cano. His contract was selected this afternoon starting at 2nd. And the corresponding moves, it's Mike Ford, option to Gwinnett, Phil Gosselin, designated for assignment. And guys, I did have a quick chance to catch up with Duvall this afternoon. And he mentioned not a lot of sleep happening in the Duvall household, but mama and baby boy doing great. Most important, of course, we all remember Stone out here, right, with Blooper last year during the playoffs. Stone is so excited to be big brother to Story. Try keeping those straight. Stone and Story, boys.
Wow.
Well, congrats.
Like
that's
That's
awesome.
Unique, very unique. I like it.
So it's great to have Adam back. Congratulations to their whole family. That's great news. As Travis d'Arnaud leads off the 3rd inning for the Braves, Harris and Robinson Cano are coming up. Max Scherzer has been staked to a 2-run lead, and he just dropped in a slider or a changeup for his 3rd, make it 4th strikeout. 1 away in the Atlanta 3rd inning.
Yeah, he just had an 0-2. Obviously caught too much plate. 0-2 slider, middle down. We didn't get that call last inning, but that was a strike this inning.
Well, Max has been a little more, Scherzer's been a little more consistent in the strike zone.
And with that strikeout, Max Scherzer just passed CC Sabathia for 17th most all-time with 3,094.
So he's going to the Hall of Fame.
Yes, he is.
And now Michael Harris, who a year ago was in the Futures game representing the Rome Braves, now digs in against Max Scherzer. Talk about an introduction to being a big leaguer. Here you go, kid.
This is where you challenge yourself. You're facing one of the best. You really want to have a big game against him. You want to show everybody you have arrived.
Did you see that?
I did. frustration with that call or sign.
From Tomas Nido. And he'll be even more frustrated after that pitch. 2 balls and a strike.
Maybe he should have thrown what Nido called.
Michael hitting .300 for the Braves. 7 homers. And trying to be the first Brave to reach in this game. Scherzer set down 7 straight to start his night. And as you see, with 4 strikeouts, still pitching very economically here in game 1. Two balls, 2 strikes.
This is what I love about Michael, is that even from the first at bat, he's just going to work. He's learning, and you see the progression through the game. As if he sees a starter a couple of times, you can see he gets used to the way they're trying to attack him, the plan of attack, and by the 3rd or 4th at bat, he's way more comfortable.
That's lifted to the left side. Escobar in foul ground. He is going to have room, and that's the second out. Hey, remember that gate swings both ways. Harris has not seen Max Scherzer, but Max hasn't seen him either. So they're learning about each other on the fly in a big league game tonight. Max wins round 1. He's set down 8 straight. And here we go. This is interesting. Robinson Cano facing the team for which he once played, the New York Mets.
Boy, you got to have a chip on your shoulder.
Was hitting 300 or 320 in AAA. We need a left-handed bat. Here it is.
And this is an absolutely no-risk opportunity for Robinson Cano and the Braves. If it works out, great. If not, you can try plan B. On the ground, that's through for a base hit, we presume. Guillorme was there, couldn't flag it down. And if it's a hit, it's the first of the night for Atlanta and for Cano as a Brave. We await the scoring.
That has to be a hit right there. That'll break up that no-no. And what do you know? Robinson Cano gets the first hit.
Alex Anthopoulos has a crystal ball up there somewhere. I don't know.
But it always happens, you know, when you come back and face your former team, your eyes just light up. The adrenaline's going. And what a way to introduce yourself to the Atlanta Braves fans. First at bat, get a hit.
Number 3 in active hits among major league players, 2,636 now for Robinson Cano. And the importance of that play is self-evident, because with Acuna up, remember he chased Nimmo to the edge of the warning track. If he homers here, we're tied. Ronald does have a homer against the Mets this year. As Scherzer to the stretch for the first time in the game. And this one is dumped into shallow right near that line, and it is going to fall foul. Long run for Jankowski. No chance to get that. It's strike 1.
I just noticed when I looked down that they were obviously playing Ronnie to pull. That first pitch, as has become the theme against Ronald, is that it always seems to be that fastball up and in to get him uncomfortable from the first pitch, but he missed his spot there, and Ronnie tried to go the other way with it.
Well, it's tough to string multiple hits back to back against a guy like Fried or Scherzer. But put a little pressure on this man. They're giving Acuna the whole right side of the infield to play with if he can guide one there. No balls and a strike. 1-1.
Chip, you say this all the time. A base runner is a rally in the playoffs, and this certainly has a feel like that. The crowd energy is lifted up now that we've got Cano on first. Some murmur around the place.
1 ball, 1 strike, and time called. And look, these are big games. There's no doubt about it. You're going head to head for the first time in a while with first place within your grasp against the Mets. We'll play them a lot after the All-Star break. In fact, 12 more times after this series ends. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Wow, he throws that slot across his body tell you, he gives you all kinds of different looks. That's what makes him so effective.
So Acuna has to protect. He's down to his last strike. 2-0 Mets. As Scherzer, hands held high, goes back to work. Strike 3, outside corner. Max Scherzer has 5 strikeouts. Robinson Cano picks up his first hit as a Brave, and we head to the 4th. Xfinity Live Look Cam. Paul Bird, Kelly Kroll reporting from the field. Brian Jordan, Peter Moylan, Chip Carey with you. Braves and Mets game 1 of this big Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday series. The Mets have struck for 2 in the 3rd inning. Max Fried starts the 4th inning with Travis Jankowski, Tomas Nido, and Brandon Nimmo, the 8-9-1 hitters for the Mets.
This is not like Max Fried falling behind 2-0 to the 8-9 hitters.
Jankowski got plunked his first time up. And Max just can't seem to find the range. 68 pitches, 30 balls, and he's thrown strike 1 to 7 of 17 New York hitters. And a 4-pitch walk puts Jankowski aboard. 3rd walk for Fried tonight. And as we said yesterday, the Braves played a 12-inning game with the Washington Nationals. Matzik went an inning and 2/3. Chavez went 2. Colin McHugh went 2. It's a short pen, so Max has to act almost as his own middle reliever at this point, albeit very early in game 1 with New York. Well, that's not a promising start with a leadoff walk to the 8th place hitter. Here's Nido.
Guys, that's the second 4-pitch walk he's had this game.
And 3 walks is Max Fried's season high. He walked 3 on May 29th against Miami. He's walked 3 hitters in his first 3 innings plus tonight. He's also hit a man, so command's an issue.
Yeah, he's having some issues with, seems like timing with that front leg. Now there's a runner on second base. He's going to mix his times to first. Maybe that'll get him locked back in.
Wow, that's a gimme.
Nido struck out to end the 2nd. That's after Jankowski was hit by a pitch.
The issue becomes too when Max is unable to locate like this, it makes it really tough for Travis to know what to call and know where to go, because he wants to come in on a slider and then he just leaves that one up over. Maybe he goes away from that now. Maybe he goes back to something like a changeup that he's been able to throw for strikes so far this game. Just limits the options. We talk about how many weapons he has normally. When there's 2 or 3 not working, it's really tough.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Check of the runner. Jankowski. The pitch is off the plate. So what do? You have to pick one. You got to throw something.
Sure. You just keep mixing until you can find one. And the beautiful thing about this is that it just takes one. It's one flick of a curveball. It's one snap of a slider and you're back.
Well, there's no doubt Max is competing tonight. He's only down 2 as he delivers a 2-2 pitch that's smacked into center. Harris on the run. He'll make the catch. Nido hit that on the button, is unrewarded. 1 on, 1 out, and back to the top.
I mean, in the back of your mind, you gotta be thinking back to that last game. 82 pitches. He leaves with a glute. Is that affecting him? Because I haven't seen Max fall behind this much in the whole season.
Maybe the preparation during the week was a little bit skewed. Maybe he couldn't throw his full bullpen. But he wouldn't be out there right now if he wasn't
ready to pitch and feeling good enough to pitch.
Oh, he's such a bulldog. Even if they tried to hold him out, I don't think they could have.
Not in a game as big as this one. As Brandon Nimmo is the hitter, he's walked and doubled and scored tonight. And Fried gets a chopper at the plate, foul.
Cat and mouse game. Nimmo's seen 20 pitches, feels like the first 2 at bats, then he goes up and ambushes first pitch.
Keep it at 2, get through 5, maybe a little more than 5 if you have a quick inning here for Max. And hope the Braves can find something to solve Max Scherzer, who's retired 9 of the first 10 hitters he's seen in rotation for New York. No balls, 1 strike.
Beautiful, back in there again.
Yep.
Much better location. The big picture is, yes, to get through that 5th inning, of course, but in order for Max to get there, it's going to take him taking it literally at bat by at bat. Get Nimmo, move on to the next guy. Can't look too far ahead, especially when you're struggling like this. Way better location so far this at bat.
No balls, 2 strikes. Jankowski leads at first. And the pitch. Everything in. For Brandon Nimmo.
Well, if you look at his last at bat, he threw a lot of sliders away, and Nimmo stayed in and drove the ball to left center field gap. So this time around, stay in on Nimmo as we're watching Max Fried do. But he's such a good hitter this year. He's fouling those pitches off and waiting for that pitch out over the plate.
So he tries again with 2 strikes. And got his man. Big pitch for Fried. 2 outs, runner at first. Max with his 4th strikeout in the game.
Went to the changeup, Beach.
Yeah, that's a huge out too.
Yeah. Good mix of sinker, changeup, inside to the. That's again, we talk about Max Fried's slider and the 4 seam, but there's a prime example. You have 2 tough at bats against Brandon Nimmo. You have to figure out a way to get him out. What do? You go to the pitches 3 and 4. Sinker, changeup.
So let's see what Lindor has in store for us. He's 0 for 2. Just 4 hits in his last 20 at bats for the Mets. Braves will have their 2, 3, 4 hitters coming up in the bottom of the inning. And a line drive into right on the first pitch. And they won't challenge Acuna's arm. Jankowski plays it station to station. Why? They want to bring Pete Alonso up with 2 on and 2 out.
That's a good approach by Lindor. You know, not waiting around to get to the nasty stuff. First fastball he sees, lines it the other way. And that pitch was up in the zone. You can't do too much with it. Just throw your hands out there. Good job.
He almost was in statue mode too, his first 2 at bats, taking 2 strikes and then yeah.
He was not going to fall behind and get to the tough stuff.
Well, the home run derby for the All-Star game is shaping up to be one for the ages. 2 of the participants are in this game. Pete Alonso for New York, Ronald Acuna Jr. for the Braves, and it was just announced that Albert Pujols is going to participate at Dodger Stadium.
Bede, you might be a chance still.
I wonder what the odds are.
Fouled back, strike 1.
He's going to put some out, though.
Oh, for
Don't
sure.
count Albert out.
No.
But if I'm a betting man, he's not on the top of my list.
No. Well, you're still waiting to see if Judge and Stanton are going to
Oh, man.
swing the bat.
I sure hope so. Ohtani, too. I mean, last year in that home run derby. Wow. Soto.
9 All-Stars are representing their teams in this series. The Braves have 5, the Mets have 4, and perhaps some more will join in the days ahead as some who pitch on that final weekend are ineligible to pitch and they'll be replaced or injury or what have you. And the Braves have a number of worthy candidates to fill some of those slots for Brian Snitker's National League team. Pulled a string. Alonso couldn't pull the trigger. Wow. He was struck out on a late called third strike his first time up.
And that second time he hit that curveball, he pulled it down the line. Surprised he watched that pitch.
Max Fried is laying it on the line in game one. Keeping this game manageable. It's 2-0. And remember, the Braves were a quarter step away from an inning-ending double play to make it a 1-0 game. So Alonso gathers his thoughts as he digs in. 2 on, 2 out. Jankowski and Lindor, the base runners. The pitch. Swing and a miss. 5 strikeouts for Max Fried. He is something else. On a night when he doesn't have his A+ stuff, he's earning A's for effort. Braves bats go to work down 2. For the Braves in the bottom of the 4th inning. It starts with all-star Dansby Swanson. He and Francisco Lindor, 2 of the best in the business. They're our landmark players comparison tonight.
Both of these guys you can't go wrong with. We talked about Francisco Lindor last year, signing with the Mets. Struggled all year, but he has bounced back well. And Dansby, Mr. Consistent for the Braves, getting it done. Deserving to be in that all-star game. Congrats to him.
So Max Scherzer's given up 1 hit first time through the order. Brian, what's the adjustment you need to see or want to see the Braves make this second time through here?
Well, I think you got to jump on him early. Don't let him get to his nasty stuff late. But again, coming into the game, I said you got to pick a pitch, either the fastball, because he has 5 different pitches and he uses them all. You're not going to see anything straight, but that 4-seamer when he throws it, which he rarely throws it.
1 ball, 1 strike, nobody on or out. And Dansby hits that one up the elevator shaft. Foul ground. Scherzer and Alonso. Alonso to the warning track in front of the Braves dugout. And that's out number 1.
So, Beej, you're sitting here bottom of the 4th. Scherzer's at 43 pitches. If we start to get too aggressive right now and get him through the next 2 innings with minimum pitch counts, we're staring down 6 innings and 60 pitches again.
Yeah, you're walking that thin line because you know what? He's going to be aggressive early. And you don't want to face this guy with 2 strikes because, you know, he's going to drop down. He's going to throw that slider away. He's going to throw the sinker in. He's going to have you guessing.
Matt Olson struck out his first time up. Well, look, let's get some pressure on this guy. It's tough to do with 1 out, but some of these contact hitters the Braves have, I'd like to see some bunts maybe. Try anything to just put the ball in play. He's been that overpowering. 5 strikeouts out of the first 11 hitters.
And also, Peter, with a guy like this is the time where you choke down on the bat and just look to get base hits.
And right now, too, with everything he's throwing, and he is throwing everything, there's not a pitch for the Braves hitters to eliminate, is there?
No, not at all.
In the sequence he threw to Marcell Ozuna, where he showed everything in the arsenal, all 5 of his pitches, was as good as we've seen, as was that to Matt Olson, who's down on strikes. 6 of those for Scherzer, who struck out 11 in 6 innings against the Reds. 2 outs, and Austin Riley's up. He hit the ball hard his first time.
And there's that low slider, staying down in the zone, dropping down even further. Tough pitch.
First at bat, he swung through that fastball up and away. You were looking for that slider, Beej. There it was.
That's right.
Strike to Riley. I mean, his pitches are on the black.
Well, he's so tough because, like I said, he throws across his body, but he throws the slider across his body, and he can throw that 95-mile-an-hour on the outer half of the plate fastball. And that's the same arm angle.
This is why the Mets signed him to a $43 million contract. And he is pitching like their ace with a 5-1 record. He's allowed 1 hit. as he starts off this series with the Braves, trying to extend the Mets divisional lead.
I talk about tunneling all the time, and this is a perfect example. It looks like every single one of his 5 pitches is coming out of the exact same slot, travels halfway, and then they all separate, go 5 separate ways at 5 separate velocities. Prime example right there. Front door changeup to a righty after that slider down and away. 96 fastball, top of the zone. It's just, it's unrelenting.
1 ball, 2 strikes for Austin Riley. The pitch. It's bounced into the Mets dugout. Saw a familiar face sitting on the bench a moment ago. Former Brave Ender Inciarte is on the big league roster with the Mets. Ender's had a handful of at-bats for New York.
Never forget that game-ending catch he made in New York.
Yeah.
1-2. Swing and a miss. 7 strikeouts for Max Scherzer. He's got a 1-hit shutout and a 2-0 lead in Game 1 in Atlanta. To inning number 5. Glad you're with us on a beautiful night in Atlanta. First of 3 head-to-head between Max Fried and the Braves, Max Scherzer and the New York Mets. Mark Canha, Eduardo Escobar, and Luis Guillorme coming up against Max Fried, who's looking for his first 1-2-3 inning in tonight's game. He is hanging in there.
We'll settle for the leadoff guy right now. Just get the leadoff guy.
Max has done that once in the first 4 innings. It came in the second when Escobar popped out. 1 ball, no strikes for Mark Canha, the New York left fielder. At the plate, but low, I guess.
Well, that's tough. Sometimes he gives you that pitch, sometimes he doesn't. Man.
But Peter, you called this very early in the game. The game plan for the Mets: make Max throw strikes.
Yeah.
Work the count.
And then you saw them change it last inning and be a little bit more aggressive. But again, here 3-0. So unlike Max to just fall behind these guys, especially 3-0.
So we'll see if Canha is taking. He was. That's a high strike. He didn't think much of that. 3 balls and 1 strike the count.
It's almost like Max needs to just do away with the windup and go straight from the set. He seems to be more comfortable from the set right now.
Would that lead you to believe that that glute muscle is more problematic than any of us know? As that skips up, ball 4, a new season high in walks for Fried. That's 4 of them. And again, the leadoff man is on for New York.
Right. We've seen Max not obviously have the best stuff tonight, but the difference between last season and this season is that he's got that changeup to rely on. And we saw him go to that last inning to get out of that inning, through it three out of the last 5 times to get out of that inning. But I mean, that's just talks to what weapons he now has to go to when the fastball, and you see that the breaking pitches tonight aren't quite as crisp.
So again, he's in the stretch with Canha at first. Escobar has singled and popped out, so he's 1 for 2. And it's just shocking to see Max Fried go 10 out of 23 and throwing strike 1 in a big league game. He's not himself tonight, but he's hanging in there, trying to keep the Braves in this, down 2-0.
And that's what great pitchers do. They find a way. And he is truly grinding tonight.
This is reminiscent of Charlie Morton's start against the Rockies out in Colorado, where he struggled so mightily in the first inning and willed his way through 5. And the Braves eventually came back and won that game and swept 4 games against Colorado.
That felt like the theme of Charlie's first half. It was just battling everything. And then again, like he said, it took 1 game for him to kind of feel something towards the back end of that Colorado game. And then we've just seen the best of Charlie since then.
1 ball, 1 strike.
Stuff isn't a problem. That was a 95-mile-an-hour sinker. It's something timing-wise, something in the delivery is just a little bit off. It's causing those breaking pitches to just not quite have the same bite or finish that they've had before tonight.
One ball, two strikes for Escobar. And that one is lined to third. Riley handles that. And there's the first out. Not hard hit. It was a looping line drive. And Max has the double play in order for Guillorme, one man down.
Good to see him get that inside pitch in on the hands of Escobar.
Guillorme has doubled and reached on that force play. The bang bang play at first that did not turn into a double play, which cost the Braves the second New York run.
So with the glute injury being the right glute, that's his land glute. So that may be why you're seeing the issue with the finishing of the pitches, because you're not able to get into that right buttocks and that land leg and that spin. There's so much force put on that front leg.
1-0 pitch for Guillorme. And a time or two, it seemed to me, to the naked eye, Peter, that Max has kind of flown off the mound. He prides himself on his finishing mechanics and his ability to field his position. While nothing has come back through the box for him to field, he just has looked kind of out of position, perhaps because of the point you made.
Could be spinning off that front leg, trying to stop putting as much pressure on it.
And here he is again, second 3-0 count, this time to Guillorme. They might start to stir around in the Braves bullpen as Max is up to 95 pitches. And the next on the way is high. Guillorme's aboard for the third time. 5 walks for Max. J.D. Davis is coming up.
Normally that's a call that Max would get, but because of the inconsistency in being around the zone, he won't get that pitch.
I don't think I've ever seen from Max Fried 3 4-pitch walks in a game.
Well, it's his second career 5-walk game. The last one was in 2019. That said, with almost as many balls as strikes, he's still in the game.
And 1 pitch away.
And J.D. Davis is that hitter. He struck out and popped out. And we are not privy to any, if much of, the injury status of big league players. There are myriad reasons for that. And the old adage, well, if he's healthy enough to play, he's healthy. Well, that's obviously, Peter, not the case here. This is not Max Fried at his best, other than his effort to pitch at less than 100%. And even Max Fried at maybe 60%, 70% efficiency, he's down only 2-0 in this game.
And we saw the effect that it had on Tyler Matzik before he went on the IL, trying to just push through something that wasn't an injury, but it was something that was limiting his mechanics and causing him to not be able to throw like he usually can. Max, I'm not saying that he's dealing with an injury right now, but he's dealing with something mechanically, physically, that's throwing him off, and he's obviously just trying to battle through it as best he can.
Pitch number 99 is a broken bat shot, and Cano can't field that, steps on the bag. Now they've got a rundown between second and third. Dansby's going to track down his man, and there's a break. How about that double play? Just the way you drew it up.
You gotta love it.
Middle of the 5th innings, 2-0. It's 2-0 New York. The Braves are up for their turn against Max Scherzer. Ozuna, Rosario, and Travis d'Arnaud are coming up. Max Scherzer has surrendered 1 hit. He has had 1 base runner. He has struck out 7. He has had everything at his disposal. Time to change that. Let's see what Ozuna can do. Maybe the most impressive pitching sequence of this game for the Mets right-hander came when Marcell was up the first time.
He just went at him with everything that he has. Literally, he threw every pitch in his arsenal at any time and was dotting it.
Like that.
Like that. And he's going to get a little bit off that because he's been so consistent with that outside pitch that he's at some point the umpire's going to say, well, if he keeps hitting it, I'm going to have to give him to him.
No doubt.
1 ball, 1 strike. Ozuna on the ground. Escobar's got that. A rollover for the first out. Ozuna makes contact, but he's 0 for 2, and Eddie Rosario is the Braves hitter. Before Eddie stands in, here's a quick word from Zaxby's.
Fried chicken salad under 600 calories with the dressing? You better believe it. Only at Zaxby's.
Rosario popped out to center his first time up. Favorable breeze blowing toward the chop house. If Eddie could hit one into the slipstream, the Braves might get their first run that way. Slow curve again. He's been around the plate all night.
Oh, man.
And a generous call there for strike 1.
That ball's outside. No doubt.
Looked like Scherzer was shouting to Nido to tell him what pitch was coming. Then stepped off. And he's playing catch right now. That was a 91-mile-an-hour cutter that Rosario fouled straight back.
Well, that's a big loss of James McCann not being the catcher right now.
The 0-2 pitch. Lifted in the air to shallow center. Nimmo coming on. And had a little trouble. Can't find it. And then recovered and makes the play with the high sky. That almost turned into a break.
Yeah.
And now there are 2 outs.
What is it that happens when that happens, BJ?
Well, you lose it up in the sky about this time of the day. You got to really keep your eyes on the ball. And if you take your eyes off the ball, sometimes you won't be able to find it. And that's what happened to Nimmo there. But he was able to catch it on the way down somehow, some way.
So Scherzer's retired 6 in a row. Travis d'Arnaud struck out his first time up. Fouled away, strike 1.
That's that aggressive approach, Beach. They're just trying to get that first pitch fastball.
Yeah. I mean, Scherzer's been so good getting ahead of hitters that you have to almost now at this point in the game look for that first pitch fastball.
Well, the talk about the All-Stars haven't even mentioned Travis d'Arnaud. He and Contreras, teammates. Both catchers for the Braves are going to the All-Star game. That's only happened twice before in recent times.
How about the 2 brothers? Both Contreras makes the All-Star game.
The 0-2 pitch. Swing and a fly ball hit to left, but that's playable for Canha. And Max Scherzer has another 1-2-3 frame. He has set down 7 straight. 2-0 New York in game 1.
Landmark Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram. Xfinity. Supercharge your home with supersonic Wi-Fi. Unbeatable internet. Only from Xfinity. And by Synovus. The bank that helps you get there.
Well, Max Fried's night is done, and Dylan Lee will take over here in the 6th as the Braves trail the Mets by 2. And we have discussed the production that, of course, Lee has on the mound this season, how good he's been. But what you may not know is the phenomenal work he is doing behind the scenes in the bullpen right now. And Will Smith told me just the other day that sometimes when this team needs runs, it's up to one of the young guys in the bullpen to go find a certain place to sit. And Will went on to say, Dylan might be the best I have ever seen at this talent. When he goes to his special spot in the bullpen, the Braves almost always score runs. And guys, Read into that special spot exactly as you will, because it is exactly what you think it is. Poor Dylan's missed some really big moments, but this started last season. It's carried into this season, and BJ has even gotten around to the hitters who, when they are struggling at the plate, will come to him and say, hey, go to your special spot, as they got the first out of the inning right there.
Man, that was a nasty topspin ground ball. Bad hop, and Olson handled that. That was scary. And one pitch from Lee retires Travis Jankowski. Look at that.
Hey, keeping your eye on that ball. That's why these guys work out so hard before the game on ground balls with Ron Washington. Following the ball to your glove.
I don't think Ronnie hits the ball that just yet.
Check your lips.
Maybe with a Nerf ball, I might let him hit him that hard at me.
Wry smile from Matt Olson as Tomas Nido digs in. He's 0 for 2. And a little dribbler down the third base line. Let it go. And it's foul.
Oh, I'm so happy Dylan Lee didn't try to grab that ball. I was going to get all over you pitchers, Peter. No, that's about communication there. I think Riley was yelling at him, let it go. Because a young kid like Dylan, he's going to try to make the great play. That's why you got to communicate out there.
Well, if he touched that ball, he would have been sent to the special spot again. Well, you're not allowed out, right, Peter?
Tough time to be going there now, too.
2-0 New York. Both runs came in the third inning. And now for Dylan Lee, you'd love efficiency and you'd love quick innings. Again, the Braves bullpen a little short-handed tonight with the extra work they turned in against Washington yesterday.
To that point, though, Chip, this staff has done such a good job in maintaining and managing that bullpen up to yesterday that even though they had a lot of guys throw yesterday, they still are relatively well rested out there.
1 ball, 1 strike. Something else happened before the game that I've never seen before, and that is Kenley Jansen threw not just a live bullpen, but tried to simulate the action of actually coming into a game before batting practice today.
And I just showed up to the ballpark, and I'm sitting here thinking, is the game already going on? I'm late. I heard them announcing Kenley Jansen on the mound, and I'm like, holy cow, what is going on?
So you were racing into the booth.
I was.
You were sweating bullets when you got here.
You're right, though, Chip. I've never seen anything. They had the theme music, they had the announcer, they had hitters announced. It was really to simulate full game mode.
Tomas Nido, 2 balls, 2 strikes. And this one right back where it came from. Oh, Cano makes a good play. That one right over the second base bag. And one thing about Cano, he has such a great internal clock, and he's smooth as silk at second. Good play for the second out.
I mean, that ball hits off the base and bounces up. Talk about keeping your eye on the ball. Our infield do such a great job doing that. And it comes from the repetitions of seeing the ball in your glove off of Ron Washington. Being able to follow that ball right into the glove.
And I think it'll be fun to watch Robbie Cano join the fun that Ron Washington has before the games with his infield drills, and he was out there today.
Yeah, I saw Ron talking to him about positioning, about a lot of things, but getting him prepared and ready to play.
I was going to say, yes, he did.
Nimmo is 1 for 2 and has scored the first of the 2 Mets runs. And to finish up Kenley Jansen, he's eligible to come off the IL on Wednesday before the wrap up with the Mets. And Lee, good work. 8 pitches, 6 strikes, 2 strikes here, 2 outs. Trying to get the Braves offense back in play in the 6th inning. This is still a manageable game.
Especially with this Braves lineup. Yeah, you're absolutely right, Chip. We've seen it so many times. 3rd time through, I'd like to see us to put some better bats together, but watch Dylan get this right here.
The lefty ready, the 0-2 pitch.
Yeah, me too, Peter. 3rd time through, I like to see these guys choke up, try to hit singles, put the ball in play. Really make Max Scherzer work.
One ball, 2 strikes. And a swing and a miss. That is the first 1-2-3 inning for the Braves defense. Dylan Lee off to a good start. We go to the home sixth. Cano and Acuna are coming up. We're a bloop and a blast away from tying this game.
Got a feeling too, Chip. I like where we're at right now in this lineup.
Line drive on the first pitch. Canha is there, however. It hung up for Harris. And Scherzer's retired 8 straight. And that's the first out.
Man, that ball must have had some backspin on it. Stayed up so long. Just knew that was a blue shot into the gap.
Here's Robinson Cano. He has the lone Braves hit. Wouldn't you know it, the former Met. 109 miles an hour off the bat. His hardest hit in 3 years, we are told. And didn't get that. He's swinging a miss. Excuse me, 2 years for Cano. September 26th, 2020. With that 2-out third inning single past Luis Guillorme at second base.
I like Cano's approach, though. Fastball just up in the zone and missed it.
That's something we haven't seen from Max, and I don't think I remember his location being this dialed in.
And dialed in with every pitch. I mean, again, Peter, there's nothing at this point in the game that the Braves hitters can give up on, because everything is finding the strike zone. Yeah. But he's behind here. 2 balls and a strike. And popped up. Lindor drifting out. Backpedaling now, says he has it. And Cano is out number 2. MLB.TV is now $94.99. Watch all out-of-market regular season games live or on demand, plus MLB Big Inning. Blackout and other restrictions apply. Visit MLB.TV for all the details. So here's Ronald. He's lined out and he has struck out. You talk about dotting the strike zone. That's how Scherzer got Ronald last time up.
Nasty slaughter to start him out. And Ronald Acuna coming into this game was hitting 350 off of Scherzer.
No balls and a strike. The Braves have enjoyed their 23rd sellout crowd tonight. 42,925.
Wow, 2,000 and something didn't get the replica rings. First 40,000.
Bullet just foul. Well, they can call you Brian. You can give up some of yours to stash. Just show up tomorrow and Brian will hand you a couple of his. Right?
Exactly.
That's been a wildly great promotion. I mean, when the Braves celebrated the championship and presented rings to so many in the organization, they did say it's a championship for all of Braves country, and the replicas have been handed out in 3 separate sellout crowds.
And how about this? Give it out while the Mets in town. Rub it in their faces. I like it.
I did do a Mets podcast this morning, and I did happen to wear it during the podcast.
Of course you did. Why wouldn't you? As Acuna now a 2-2 count. With the bases empty, Scherzer rocks and fires. And fouled away at the plate. You just have to hope Max makes a mistake at this point. He's been that dominant, that overpowering. 72 pitches into the 6th inning. He's only thrown 20 pitches out of the strike zone. It's been so dominant that I think he's only fallen behind 1 or 2 hitters, it seems, in the game. Let's see if he makes a mistake to Ronald. There we go, full count.
Of all days when you needed that humidity to maybe distract Scherzer, he gets a nice night to pitch.
So a full count. High pop fly, just missed it. Canna and Nimmo. It's going to be Nimmo at the last moment calling off the left fielder. And that ends the Braves' 6th inning. We go to the 7th. Check out an Xfinity game break. Let's head to St. Louis, where the Cardinals are trying to help the Braves out. They are beating Aaron Nola. That is Edmundo Sosa with an RBI hit. Then Andrew Kisner dumps a single into shallow right field. St. Louis now has taken a 3-1 lead at home over the Phillies. Boy, the Cardinals offense has really been struggling of late, but not so at home tonight. Here, Max Scherzer has held the Braves to 1 hit through 6 innings. Max Fried, a remarkable job with less than 100% stuff to keep the game close. He allowed just 2 runs in 5 innings. Dylan Lee just fired a 1-2-3 6th, and now he faces 2, 3, and 4 for the Mets as we enter the 7th inning.
And this has been the biggest difference maker for the Braves, is that despite losing Luke Jackson, Matzik for a little while, Kenley Jansen now, the names of the guys that are coming out on a nightly basis are not the names you're used to seeing, but they're still getting the job done, and they're able to hold leads or hold deficits like this to allow the Braves offense a chance to come back. It's not just the games that you're winning in high leverage situations that you need bullpen arms.
And I think this is a high leverage situation. You got to keep the Mets to 2 runs, and Dylan Lee doing a terrific job.
Lee struck out Nimmo to end the 6th inning. He's got a 1-1 count to Francisco Lindor, who singled in the 4th inning. And he rolls over this one. It's a tough play. Riley gloves, guns, fires, and it's an infield hit for Lindor. He's now 2 for 4. Soft hit, but they all count. That one off the bat at 63 miles per hour.
Wow, not hitting the ball hard, but hitting it in the right spot. Lindor showing his speed down the first base line. Good effort by Riley, though.
So the Mets now with 6 hits. Pete Alonso has 1 of them. That was an RBI double in the 3rd inning. A ball that whistled right down the 3rd base line, just off the glove of Austin Riley. And it scored the game's 1st run. Alonso now with 19 RBIs in 23 career games in the Braves' new ballpark. He had a quiet homestand for the Mets, but he's 1 for 3 here tonight. His other 2 at bats, strikeouts.
Great pitch. It's back-to-back fastballs.
Alonso's so unique. You see him take his half swings. You know, you see that in the home run derby. Every time he gets ready to hit. I've never seen that. Look at him, half.
What do you think that does?
That's just getting a barrel out quick. And, you know, the more repetition you do at it, it just feels natural. That's why he's so quick and so strong.
Lindor a good lead at first. Lee looks right at him. The pitch. And him breaking back to the bag. And again 0-2. Well, when you see players like Acuna, and you see players like Riley and Swanson and Alonso, it makes you feel so good about the present and future of our game. Dylan Lee too. These are star players playing for big market teams, popular teams, and teams that are playing for more than just series wins. Both the Braves and Mets have World Series aspirations here in 22. As this one on the ground right to Dansby. Cano will make the turn. And that's as easy as pie. 2 outs.
Just a beautiful job by Dylan Lee, executing a pitch when you have to, getting Pete Alonso out in front. And who better to hit it to than all-star Dansby Swanson. And that smooth turn by Cano, man, I've seen that for 20 years, it feels like.
Brian saw it too, because he used to hit into a lot of double plays back then. That's a story for another time. We'll talk about that after the stretch. It's presented by Synovus. a great pitching matchup, has lived up to that tonight. Again, Max Scherzer's been overpoweringly good.
Yeah.
Max Fried was unbelievably good considering he didn't have his A+ stuff.
Yeah, you got to tip your cap to Fried. You know, we don't know what's really going on, but to grind out 5 innings, give up 2 runs, it was a battle for him. This just shows how good he really is.
And remember, the double play that the Braves couldn't turn on Guillorme turns into a big second run. But you feel a lot different about this game down 1 as opposed to 2. But we'll see how it works out as Mark Canha, with 2 outs, bases empty, digs in and rolls over. And that trickles foul, a ball and a strike.
I was just about to say we need to get Mark Canha swinging a bat. The last 2 at bats, he had 8 straight balls thrown to him.
Well, that's what he does. He takes a lot of pitches. He's seen the 8th most pitches per plate appearance in the major leagues this year. That's hooked over third and down for a 2-out hit for Canha. So the inning continues against Dylan Lee. Second hit for the Mets here in the 7th inning. And Canha 1 for 2 with a couple of walks. And here's Escobar.
Change up here by Dylan Lee. That's the 5th one he's thrown tonight. And it was a pretty good pitch. He used in the at-bat before to get the double play. Went back to it tonight. Off the end of the bat, BJ.
Yeah, I mean, that's a good pitch. He got Mark Canha out in front, but able to control that bat, keep it in the zone, and pull that ball down the line for a single.
Well, let's get Escobar and go to the stretch and get the offense going. Downstairs after the 7th inning stretch, Swanson, Olson, Riley, and Ozuna are coming up. Bloop and a blast away from tying it tonight. Braves have but 1 hit. They have 1 base runner. The Mets have stranded 8 men in this game. And that's something else that gives you some hope. They've had opportunities to really put a big number on the board, and the Braves pitching has been able to keep Buck Showalter's club at 2.
So Max didn't have his A+ stuff. I mean, I honestly can't wait to hear what he says afterwards, but I don't think he had anything working tonight. There was not one pitch that he could go to on a regular basis to even try and get a strike or even try to get ahead. And you saw that. 3-0, couple of 4 pitch walks, 3 4-pitch walks, Beach. Like just stuff you don't see from Max.
And to get through 5 innings against a first-place team with that kind of difficulty, again, speaks volumes as to how good Max Fried, the all-star pitcher, is.
Yeah, it's nice to have your ace go out and go 7 and 8 every single week, but when he does something like that, it shows the other side of the ace card.
Lee's a strike away from the stretch. Fly ball toward Michael Harris. He'll gather that in. Dylan Lee, 2 scoreless innings when the Braves have needed that most. Lauren Jabbar, it's time for the stretch. Let's break down tonight's pitching matchup.
The Stretch is brought to you by Synovus, the bank that helps you get there.
Welcome into the stretch presented by Synovus. Lauren Jabbar here with Nick Green, Gordon Beckham. Coming into tonight, we were all talking about the battle of the aces. The Max is on the mound. Max Fried keeps his team in it. Max Scherzer, though, been dominant. 6 shutout innings so far, 7 strikeouts, guys.
Yeah, he's been outstanding. When you look at Max Fried, though, give him a ton of credit because he didn't have his best stuff. We know that. It's uncharacteristic for him to throw as many balls he did and not really have anything to go to. 5 walks, ties a career high. 3 of those were 4-pitch walks. 1 was a 5-pitch walk. But he made pitches when he had to. Unfortunately, Gordon, Max Scherzer has been unbelievable.
Yeah, it shows how good that Fried is, just to hold him to 2 runs and not have all of his stuff. But Max Scherzer has been everything we talked about before the game. He's one of the best in the last 15 years, honestly, pitching. Everything that he does is special. All of his pitches are plus pitches, and he's proven it tonight with his second really, really good start coming off the IL.
Yeah, it's absolutely incredible. 11 strikeouts last game, 7 and counting tonight. We'll get you back to some more Braves baseball, but first, a word from our friends at Synovus.
Get going. Get after it. Get momentum. Then, get more of it. Wherever potential leads you next, get there with a bank you trust.
Bad news, guys. Braves down 2-0, bottom 7th. Max Scherzer is on. You do have to give credit where credit is due. He's 37 years old. He's got all of his pitches working. He's pitching a symphony. A little of this, that, the high four-seamer. He's got the sinker. He's got the slider. He's got the cutter. And he's got the curveball. All working. Multiple quadrants. Oh, yeah. And he's walked 0 people. 74 pitches, 53 strikes. You see how he is using everything. His fastball velocity is down to 93.7 miles an hour. Doesn't climb the ladder, get in the hundreds like he used to, but he's plenty strong enough zip, and guys, he's been fantastic.
6 pitches on the mark tonight from Max Scherzer, and he gets ahead of Dansby Swanson to start the Atlanta 7th. Great report, Birdie, as Dansby 0 for 2. It's getting late in Atlanta. Scherzer's 76th pitch is a little low.
Right part of the order, though.
As a hitter, you just get so frustrated with Scherzer because you can't sit on one pitch because all 5 of them are working and he's throwing all of them for strikes.
High fly ball left. Canna going back at the track to the wall, and the wind is going to keep it in the ballpark. We told you earlier, blowing from left to right tonight. On a normal night, that's 7 rows up. And Scherzer knows that. He got away with a mistake, and the ballpark just big enough to hold that for the first out.
He knows it for sure, too.
Yes,
He's mouthing it to himself a little bit. He knows he got away with one there.
But he has to feel good about it, though. You gave up one, and it didn't go out.
And Olson has struck out twice, so he's 0 for 2. And that's upstairs, ball 1. The longest Max Scherzer has pitched in a game this year is 7 complete innings. He's got 1 out in the Braves 7th here. As we check out our Yellowwood bringing the lumber feature. Matt Olson, the Braves' 3rd place hitter, is having a nice homestand.
Yeah, it's good to see that too. Coming home, starting to relax a little bit at the plate, driving the ball all over the field, hitting a lot of balls to left center field.
It's almost like he should have a nickname like Matty Slice or something.
But I don't think he's trying to hit the ball the other way with those swings today. He's trying to take that ball over the chop house. And against a Max Scherzer, that's tough to do.
Even that, I mean, that reaction to that miss right there shows you how locked in Max Scherzer is. He missed by a foot. It was a 1-2 pitch. He's still got 2 to play with, but he's frustrated with himself.
Pitch count, not a problem. Stuff, not a problem. For Scherzer, the 2-2. He's fouled back. Again, he's coming off the injured list. He made 2 rehab assignments with the Binghamton Rumble Ponies. Came back on July 5th at the big league level, his first major league start since May the 18th. He went 6 innings through 79 pitches. Will Buck Showalter ride him further than 7 tonight? As that one is hooked foul at first. Olson putting up a fight here, 2-2.
One thing we've learned about Max is that he's very aware of his own body. Yep. And he is not going to put himself in harm's way. He's not going to allow himself to get hurt where he might be out for an extended period of time. He knows his body better than anyone, as we saw that last year during the playoffs.
Well, I hope we see another pitcher. I don't want to see Scherzer come back out.
The 2-2 pitch. Olson is down on strikes for the third time. Max Scherzer has 8 of them, and he's retired 12 straight.
Olson just can't figure out Scherzer. First at bat, he saw 3 fastballs away, and all of a sudden he's setting them up these last couple of bats with that slider down and in.
So he's retired 12 in a row after the Cano third inning hit. And Austin Riley, the player of the week in the National League, digs in for the third time. He's 0 for 2. Dansby Swanson led off this 7th inning with a bullet to left that was 3 feet shy of leaving the ballpark. Now Riley tries to keep it alive for Ozuna. With 2 outs. Swing drive. This one is not coming back. The Braves are on the board. Austin Riley has homered in 3 straight games for the Braves. He should be an all-star. And Atlanta is now down 1 and doing what they do so often, guys, making noise in the late innings.
Well, we saw Swanson ball get a little air and not make it out, but this was a bullet. Change up in. And Austin Riley did not miss that pitch.
We call that one the penetrating ball flight. He absolutely crushed this ball to left field.
That was out in a hurry.
1-run game, boys.
And with this offense, everybody's in scoring position in the batter's box.
Crowds come to life a little bit. Watch out.
24 homers for Riley. His 4th homer this week.
And guys, 2 shutout innings by Dylan Lee got us to where we are right now.
A 2-1 game. This is how you play championship baseball. On a night where you only have 2 hits, you're still in the game. And here we are down 1. The 0-2 pitch. Swing and a shot down the left field line. That ball is fair. Ozuna will have a double with 2 outs. And all of a sudden you see the life. You feel the energy. 2-out thunder for the Braves. A homer and a double.
This offense is never out of a ball game. 1 through 9, somebody can hurt you. Austin Riley gets it started with a solo shot, and Ozuna 0-2 count. He hits a bullet down the line for a double.
All of a sudden, Max Scherzer's starting to miss a few spots. He's starting to lead the ball out over. We're getting some pretty good swings against him. Some action in their bullpen, some panic. Here we go.
And that's what I said about the Mets earlier in the game. Had a chance for big numbers. And now listen to the ballpark.
That's right. They gave the Atlanta fans something to cheer about.
Oh, what a rip. Fouled away. Strike 1. Everybody remembers October and November last year. That's what this game feels like in mid-July. Hammered foul. Braves are getting more lumber on the ball now against Scherzer, who's suddenly up to 91 pitches. He has the lead, and it's an 0-2 count.
Shorten up, Age. Just try and put it in play.
Right.
Make him make a play. Make him play some defense.
Let that ball get deep. Go the other way. RBI. Waiting to happen.
Rosario has put the ball in play twice. Adam Ottavino is getting up in the New York bullpen. Braves are in this game. An Austin Riley home run has cut the lead in half. And now the pitch.
Wow, growing up in Baltimore, I used to hear this all the time when Eddie Murray was up.
This place is just itching to erupt. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Tying run at second, 2 out. But it's not to be. Max Scherzer with a huge pitch. Bends but doesn't break. A 2-out homer for Austin Riley, his 3rd in as many games. And the Braves, with 1 swing of the bat, are very much alive in game 1. What a ball game. 2-1. New York leads it as we go to the 8th.
Landmark.
Take me out to the Giants. Take me out for a car. The Giants selection is something to see.
So here we go, guys, to the 8th inning. It's a 1-run game. It's a 2-inning sprint to the finish line. And Darren O'Day is the 3rd Atlanta pitcher. He'll face the bottom part of the Mets order. Guillorme, Davis, and Jankowski. After Austin Riley's home run brought this place to life, we've got a 2-1 game.
O'Day's been really good in a higher leverage role over the last 2 weeks. Pitched very carefully against Goldschmidt and Arenado against St. Louis. But prior to that has been really, really good.
High fly ball to right. Acuna is back, and it is gone. And as we said, it's the understudy tonight offensively for the Mets. Guillorme, with his 2nd hit, has reached base all 4 times. Scherzer gets that home run back, and the Mets have a 3-1 lead.
That's the first time I've seen a left-handed hitter be able to get to this ball top of the zone and just tomahawk it. That's the riser that normally people swing through. Guillermo just tomahawked that one on the chop house.
And with the wind blowing that way, if you can lift it to right, it's going to go. And so Guillorme, his 2nd home run. And the ballpark that was buzzing is now suddenly quiet again. It's amazing in games like this. We see it time and time again, and it happened for the Braves during their World Series runs. Sometimes it wasn't always Chipper Jones or David Justice or Andrew Jones. It was Mark Lemke, who was the big postseason hero. Tonight, Guillorme with 2 hits and 2 RBIs. Those RBIs, the difference in game 1 of the series.
Well, I told you early on, that was the guy that I feared. Guillermo, he seems to just have the Braves number. I mean, every time, it doesn't matter whether we're in New York or Truist Park, he gets it done.
So J.D. Davis with a 1-1 count. Davis is 0 for 3, and he hit into an odd double play his last time up. And fouled back. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
That was the biggest hit of the game. Guillermo going deep right there. Really took the momentum right away that the Braves gained last inning.
Well, you have to wonder, is Scherzer going to continue after the emotion and adrenaline he had to spend to get out of the 7th inning?
I would imagine he's, especially seeing him like that, that's not the kind of mood you're going to see a guy that's coming back into the game, especially not Max.
So as good as the New York bullpen is, I don't care who they've got. Nobody can pitch any better than Max Scherzer did tonight. We'll see how it plays out. Again, O'Day's got to hold him here. Can't give him any more. The Braves have 6 outs left. They will have 7, 8, 9, 1, 2, 3 on the lineup card over the final 2 innings. From an offensive standpoint coming up. And this one on the ground to Riley. Tricky hop. And there's the first out. Travis Jankowski's coming up. First quick word from Delta.
Delta, proud to be the official airline of the 2021 World Champion Atlanta Braves.
Jankowski has reached base twice. He's been hit by a pitch and he has walked. Matt Olson made a nice play on him at first base in the 6th inning. That bad hop almost took off his left shoulder. When he made the play to get his man, and there's a strike. Game 2 here tomorrow night. Another great matchup. Spencer Strider will pitch for the Braves. David Peterson for the Mets. First pitch at 7:20. Braves live at 6:30. Then a day game on Wednesday. Then to Washington for 4 games. Our final series before the All-Star break.
Wow.
Yeah, Chris Siegel's not exactly hunting strikes for either pitcher tonight. But he's been consistent. The pitch from O'Day to Jankowski is cut on a missed. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Austin Riley, a long home run, accounting for the only Braves tally tonight. Adam Ottavino continues to labor in the bullpen, so it's looking more and more like Scherzer's night is done. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Little chopper. Riley in perfect position to handle that. Good speed, good play. 2 outs. Braves A-List memberships are on sale for next season. You get access to the best seats at the lowest prices, including postseason priority access, including discounts on parking, food, and merchandise, both at the ballpark and throughout the Battery Atlanta. For more info on membership options and benefits for a full or partial season commitment, go to braves.com/A-List. Nido is 0 for 3.
It's a better pitch there. First pitch strike from O'Day. Been really nice backdoor slider to Jankowski. Sinker away to Nido there.
Nothing in 2. As the villain looks on from the Mets dugout, Luis Guillorme, a 2 RBI night, has reached base all 4 times, supporting that man Max Scherzer. Nothing and 2.
How about Max? Just comes back against Cincinnati, goes 7 innings. 11 strikeouts, and he gets 9 strikeouts tonight against the Braves in 7 innings.
That's why he's going to the Hall of Fame.
Exactly. He is just, wow.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Just think at one point Max Scherzer was in the same rotation as Justin Verlander in Detroit and was originally an Arizona Diamondback. He was a wild Colt. Went to Detroit, figured out how to command everything, and the rest they say is history. A 3-time Cy Young Award winner, and he showed you why tonight. He was human. He gave up a run. As this one is whacked off O'Day, it's going to ricochet to Riley. Catch a running, bare hand throw, and still got his man. Austin Riley, 3 assists in the inning and a home run to boot. That bails out Darren O'Day, who surrenders the home run to extend the Mets lead. Travis d'Arnaud leads off the 8th. It's 3-1 New York.
your local Ford dealer. Delta Airlines, keep climbing. And by Truist, when you start with care, you get a different kind of bank.
Well, don't you know it? We've got a great game in Atlanta. The Braves and Mets. Sadly, the Mets lead 3-1, but we've got 6 outs left. Now we've got the right guys coming up, including the newest Brave, Robinson Cano, whose day began with a bang, a 109-mile-an-hour hit. And that starts our T-Mobile coverage cam as Cano's had a nice all-around night in his Braves debut.
Well, look, he's been smooth defensively his whole career and one of the best hitters in the league. Yeah, he's getting a little older, but I still think he has a lot left. Big pickup by Alex Anthopoulos this late in the season.
You said it, Chip. It's a no-risk move. He comes in and he puts together some good at-bats and drives in some runs for us, then great. If not, then the Mets are paying him.
So the good news is Scherzer's out of the game. Now you take on Adam Ottavino as Travis d'Arnaud fouls one straight back. The Mets bullpen has been very good. They've only given up 9 earned runs in their last 10 games. This is a strikeout relief corps, especially with Edwin Diaz, their closer, lying in wait. He can really bring it. We'll get a couple here, get it tied, and see what happens. Starting with d'Arnaud, the Braves all-star. He's looking for his first career hit against the veteran right-hander who's been awfully tough on opposing right-hand hitters. He's got a couple of lefties after Travis leads off the inning.
Yeah, he's very crossfire too, Beach, but he comes from the other side. He comes from the first base side of the mound. Max is on the third base side, but because he's so long and lanky and he throws so across his body, you get a similar crossfire, sinker, cutter, and slider from Ottavino.
That was a heavy sinker right there in 93.
And skied out of play, foul, 1 ball 2 strikes.
That's the bread and butter right there, Beach. That's that big 80 to 85 mile-an-hour slider that he can throw. I mean, it can break anywhere from, it looks like it breaks 3 feet if I'm honest, but it's probably around 20 inches, 19 inches, but it's just, it's so tough to lay off when that's shooting across the strike zone.
Just missed. I mean, that was close. 2 balls 2 strikes.
Almost kind of reminds you of Scherzer crossing the body.
If d'Arnaud could shoot one to right, he'd be in business. But he's down to his last strike with nobody on or out. Instead, he takes one right down the middle for out number 1. 10 Braves have struck out in the game. And now we'll see what Ottavino does with 2 left-hand hitters, Harris and Cano, and a favorable wind blowing toward the chop house. 1 out.
Tough night from Michael Harris. The second comes in and faces Scherzer. Couple times now he gets to face Ottavino, a tough righty. But we've seen him clear the hips and pull that ball to the chop house, so don't be surprised if he ambushes the first pitch fastball here.
Well, the good thing is he's throwing just like Scherzer across his body, so he's seen it.
As I said earlier, a year ago today, Michael was in the futures game as an A-ball player. Now he's in the major leagues in a matchup with the first place team in the division. And he's hitting .296. On the ground, Alonso, and Ottavino to the bag. Harris is retired, 2 outs, and Robinson Cano is coming up. Braves have 3 hits. Robinson has 1 of them. I always wonder who has the advantage when you're facing a former teammate, the hitter or the guy who pitched in front of you.
Depends on the result.
Of course.
I would say the hitter, because you pretty much know what your teammates have. So you sit back and you wait for that pitch that you know he's going to throw and take advantage of. Plus you got a chip on your shoulder because you're not playing with him anymore.
Well, that base hit for Cano in the 3rd inning snapped an 0 for 22 streak at the plate as a major league hitter. He's 1 for 2 tonight. And a good run at AAA. That's how the Braves took notice of Cano and said, look, let's take a flyer. Let's see what we get out of him. Well, he hasn't disappointed in his Braves debut to this point.
And you talked about it, Chip. We need more left-handers in this lineup. Perfect guy. If he can kind of return to half the guy he was with the Mets, we'll take it.
Braves will see a left-handed pitcher, David Peterson, for the Mets in Game 2 tomorrow night. So some more flexibility for Snit as he makes out the lineup card here at Truist Park. And this is a big at bat. You get Cano on, then you bring up Acuna, and he's got a chance to tie the game as you see the Braves bullpen. I'm guessing Minter if you tie it, Stevens if you don't.
That's what I would guess too.
2 balls and a strike.
Good at bat right here by Robinson Cano, being patient, taking a strike, knowing you need base runners.
Does he make you throw a strike here, Beach?
Yeah, I mean, he's been a good 2-strike hitter his whole career. Why not?
And one thing we've seen, 2 strike hits, 2 out hits. The Braves have been excellent at that. As this ball is smoked into center field. So Cano with a 2-hit game in his Braves debut, and Acuna is the scheduled hitter. Ottavino has faced 3. Would Buck Showalter go to Diaz here with Acuna coming up? The answer for the moment is no.
In speaking with a few of the Mets, they say that Buck has some pretty stringent rules when it comes to bullpen usage that he likes to stick to. He's only used Ottavino 3 times, 1 time this whole year, and it didn't turn out too well, but it was a day that he had to fight to get that 3rd outing. He usually likes to keep guys 2 in a row max until we get to the business end of the season.
Well, it's all business here for Ronald Acuna Jr. And he takes outside. You've got Dansby waiting next, and you know Dansby is thinking about some revenge on Mother Nature. She took away a home run from him in his last at bat. If Ronald could hit one with authority in the air to right, this place could go nuts. He represents the tying run. Acuna has seen Ottavino before. Ronald's 1 for 2 with a double.
Ottavino is being very careful. 2 sliders away. Almost has to come with the strike here.
Oh, what a rip. Ronald a little late. Center cut. Down in the zone and fouled back. And this is why managers have gray hair. Games like this, so much on the line, so many great players, so many turning points. He's put his man in position, and Ottavino, after the hit to Cano, has the tying run at the plate. Two and two.
I want that as a pitcher, but now that I'm sitting here watching as an analyst and I'm seeing my guy get a strike call that wasn't.
Well, a big pitch in this game coming up to Acuna. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Making him work. Pitch number 6 is coming up.
Chip, you say this all the time. Worst case scenario, Ottavino's had to throw 18 high leverage pitches right now in day 1 of the series. He's a big weapon for them. You know Buck's rules. Very least make him throw more pitches and have him be down for tomorrow.
Another 2-2 count. Hard hit ball off the glove at third. That's going to trickle into left field. Cano's on his way to third. Ronald is second. Nobody covered. And the Braves bring the go-ahead run to the plate. Great at bat by Ronald. Two-strike hit. Two-out hit. That's been the story for the Braves for the last 3 weeks.
Great job by Ronald here. I think he was looking for that slider. After the last one on the outer half, he was trying to throw that exact same pitch. Ronald was waiting for it. And, man, that's a bullet hit down the line. Escobar couldn't handle that.
Well, who do you want at the plate more than this guy in this spot? Dansby Swanson having a career year. A .394 hitter with runners in scoring position and 2 outs. A long meeting on the mound as the Mets know that Dansby almost hit a home run last time up.
And if you're Dansby, you watch the Cunha's at bat and knows he's throwing a lot of sliders.
Yeah.
He doesn't have the confidence in that fastball, so he's throwing a lot of sliders. So Dansby's taking note of that.
Dansby's had great luck against Ottavino. 3 career hits, 2 extra base hits. On the ground, first pitch. Lindor at short. Throw to first, and the inning is over. The Braves strand a pair in the 8th. We go to the 9th. Host their annual Eastern Band of Cherokee Indians Night at Truist Park on July 23rd. That's a Saturday. Get to the ballpark early to enjoy the pregame exhibitions and traditions here in the Battery, including the Heavy Hitters Drumline and Raven Rock Dancers, the Hummingbird Stickball Demonstration, T-shirt toss giveaways, and more. Visit Braves.com/EBCI to learn more and to get your tickets. Well, Jackson Stevens' job is simple. In theory, difficult in practice, obviously. Hold him right there. It's a 3-1 game. Top of the order, Brandon Nimmo.
It's a case of just do what you've been doing all year, Jackson. He's done such an amazing job, come out of nowhere, really nowhere. Pitch in the Mexican League. We pick him up, scouts see him. Now he's in the big leagues and doing a great job. Not just contributing. He's really doing a great job.
And I mean, he's been used in high leverage situations this year. That's how impressive he's been.
Nick Green and I talk all the time where this is the guy that comes in when you're down by 2 in the 9th inning. Then can't wait to see your high leverage guys. 96 with sink. Game's changed, Peach.
Yes, it has.
Nimmo scored the first of the Mets runs. Lindor has 2 hits. Alonso a double, RBI and run. That's the trio up for New York in the 9th. Late swing there. How did Nimmo hit that? That was almost in Travis d'Arnaud's glove.
And that's how much he's improved. I mean, last year he's striking out on that pitch. This year he's putting the bat on it, fouling it off, fouling off those tough pitches until he gets his pitch to hit.
Curled around the plate. 2 balls and 2 strikes. In the Atlanta 9th, we'll have the 3, 4, 5 hitters coming up. But Edwin Diaz is getting ready in the New York bullpen. He's their closer. He throws 100 miles an hour. 2-2. And Nimmo will see a 7th pitch. That has had an effect in this game too.
First 2 at bats against Max Fried.
As we told you, this is a Mets offense that does not strike out much. The Braves have struck out 6 New York hitters in the game. They put the ball in play, or they do what Nimmo's done and foul off pitches until you make a mistake. The 3-2. And there you go, another walk. Bookend bases on balls for Nimmo. The Braves have walked 6 New York hitters in the game, and Francisco Lindor is coming up. But first, a quick word from Truist.
Jessica was born to care.
That's my best friend. She don't need no. Miss Hogan's class? It's Atlantis.
Today, she's a teammate at Truist, the bank that starts with care.
I like Lindor's first 2 at-bats a whole lot better than the last 2. He made 2 outs the first time up. He's 2 for 2 since. $42,925 fans here. Braves got a home run from Austin Riley with 2 outs in the 7th. Had second and third, 2 outs in the 8th, but could get no closer. At least not yet. No balls and a strike for Lindor. This is a big series. Make no mistake about it. You want to win the series. If you do that, you'll be a half game out of first. And to be where the Braves are in roughly 6 weeks after falling 10.5 games off the division pace, and to be a game and a half back this early and before the All-Star break is remarkable work. And remember, Brian Snitker's Braves play the Mets 12 more times after this series. Runner goes, good jump, and a little pop into shallow left center field. That's down for a hit. Nimmo, with those long legs, easily reaches third base. Nobody's at first base, so Lindor goes halfway, trying to get the Braves to bite. And they're at first and third with nobody out. So the leadoff walk leads to some problems here in the 9th inning. Nimmo's at third, Lindor at first, and Pete Alonso, who hit into a double play last time up, is the hitter.
Made a good pitch, jammed Lindor a little bit, but he's strong enough to dump it over the shortstop's head. Nimmo was never going to stop all the way to third.
Just think, last year you would get him out on that pitch. This year, different year. Lindor has really stepped up his game and returned to the player that the Mets thought he was when they signed him.
So Pete Alonso is the hitter. He's 1 for 4 in the game. Can't give him any more. It's a 3-1 score, and there's nobody out. Good pitch, and Alonso off stride. It's 0-1.
And this situation is when the Mets are very dangerous, with Lindor on first base. You got Nimmo on third. These guys are very aggressive base runners. They steal, they hit and run, they make it happen.
And they have the personnel to do it. They can put the ball in play. They don't hit for a lot of power, with the exception of this guy, Alonso, who has blasted 23 homers. Austin Riley moved past him with number 24 earlier tonight. And talking with the Braves, Kevin Seitzer and Brian Snitker, they say that this guy at the plate has maybe been the most improved guy, going from a man that just wants to hit home runs to hitting line drives and taking what the defense gives him. Which in this spot is a big hole on the right side. The pitch pushed him off the plate, and it's 2-1. Guillorme and Starling Marte talking things over. Marte out of the lineup tonight. We all wish Guillorme had been. He's had a big game. The pitch, and Alonso tried to hit that ball before it nearly hit him. 2-2.
Get you a punch out here, Jackson. Punch out here. Mark Canha grounds into a double play. Keep it at 2 runs. Give ourselves a chance.
Foul ball again. I don't know how many pitches the Braves have thrown tonight, but I'd love to know how many foul balls the Mets have had in the game. It might be something Mitch George, our great statistician upstairs, can find out. Seems like a lot.
And you look at it, we've been pretty fortunate tonight. We had 4 leadoff walks in this game.
Yeah, they've let the Braves hang around. We'll see if we can walk through the door in the ninth, as that's fouled away again. Lindor took off. And the base stolen, but has to head back to first after Alonso skimmed that one back behind the plate. Diaz is up. He's gotten hot. I would imagine even if the Mets score a run or 2 here, and we hope they don't, he would come into the game. But we will see about that. Two balls, 2 strikes. On the ground, Riley, gloves. The throw to Cano, that's all Atlanta can get. Alonso puts the ball in play, and New York cashes in the leadoff walk. Braves walked 6 hitters in this game. That's the first one to score, but it extends the lead to 4-1. And Alonso adds to his RBI total. That's 72 of them.
That's just a good at bat by Alonso, putting the ball in play with 2 strikes. That's a pitch down and away. He's able to pull that ball. Good play by Riley.
Great play by Riley.
Yeah.
That was really almost through. But you said it, Bees. The leadoff walks, you just can't give them free base runners. It's just it's the age-old story. It hasn't changed since we invented the game.
So former Brave Ender Inciarte will pinch hit for Pete Alonso. Has a 2 RBI night. Braves fans remember Ender. And here is Mark Canha. He drew 2 of those 6 walks issued by the Braves tonight. 5 of them were from Max Fried, who deserves a gold star for effort tonight. But his long run of success is in serious jeopardy. Max has a 9-game winning streak on the line here tonight.
You know, with Inciarte coming in the pinch run, he's going to be looking to steal a base against his former team.
Four runs on 9 hits for the Mets. A run on 5 hits for the Braves. Scherzer and Fried, the pitchers of record to this point. Braves need 3 to tie at the moment. Here's a good pitch. It's an even count. Marlins lost tonight. Boy, they've been playing good baseball. The Pirates beat them 5-1. Phillies lost 6-1. So that's the East up to the moment. Braves are a game and a half behind New York with 2 left in this series. Game 2 tomorrow night. Game 3 Wednesday afternoon. We hope you'll join us here at Truist Park. Canha behind now, 1-2. Stevens ready, and this is outside. He's had to throw a lot of pitches now, 21 of them.
getting a real idea of just they just wear down pitchers with their approach. Very rarely do you see him swing at anything that's way out of the zone, Beach.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Strike 3 outside corner. Canha's retired. And it's 2 out. I'm sure you scout that, Peter, as a pitcher. You know their approach. Do you get too fine and shy away from the strike zone because of the discipline an opposing team shows?
I guess you can. It all depends on the way that they're getting their knocks, the way that they're getting their hits, the way that they're. If you're having success with their aggression, then obviously you don't change it. But if they're having success, then you've got to try and find it. You saw it with Max last time out against these guys. Their approach was to get on Max early, try and get that first pitch fastball. And then you've got to change. Obviously, it's the adjustment period. It's the guys that are able to make it. You see it with Spencer Strider, that first time through, the second time through, the adjustments that hitters make against his fastball, then he goes to another weapon. It's those adjustments, and the guys that make them the quickest are the ones that you see out there every night getting hits.
Eduardo Escobar has a hit tonight, a 3rd inning single. Ender runs, and this ball is pulled foul at first. It's 0-2. I know that Leo Mazzoni used to say when he do his pitchers meetings, okay, Brian Jordan's a great slider hitter, but not your slider, John. Or Brian's a great changeup hitter, but not your changeup, Peter. How hard is that to carry that to the mound confidently, knowing, as you see a game unfold, what the opposition's doing to you or your pitching mate?
Well, there was a reason why you got here. You got here based on the pitches that you have. You can't, even though the guy, whoever it may be, might have a lot of success against a slider, you can't just stop throwing it.
That was tipped and into the glove of Travis d'Arnaud. So Jackson Stevens gives up a leadoff walk and a 4th New York run. Braves need 3 to tie.
Brought to you by Toyota. Visit your local Toyota dealers today. Toyota, let's go places. The Georgia Lottery. Today could be the day. And by Yellowwood. If it doesn't have this yellow tag, you don't want it.
Well, here we go. Last call for the Braves as the Mets make a handful of changes. Ender Inciarte has checked in for the Mets. He'll be in left field. Dominic Smith is a better defender than Pete Alonso. He'll take over at first base. And a bit of a rarity, Peter. Edwin Diaz is going to pitch for a 3rd straight game for Buck Showalter tonight.
Yeah, that just goes to show exactly how much this game means to these guys. They've watched over their shoulders for the last month. We've been creeping up. Obviously, they got a chance to take game 1 here, and you're going to send out your gun if you can.
Wow, 35 in the 3rd innings, 70 strikeouts. That's impressive.
One thing to mention, Chip, he will not go the 3rd day in a row, I don't think, tomorrow, but he did only need 17 pitches to get through the 2 outings in Miami.
And he will face Matt Olson, who has had a tough night against Max Scherzer, 0 for 3. Diaz came over from the Seattle Mariners a couple of years ago, you recall, and his first year with the Mets was a disaster. 15 home runs in 58 innings. Since then, he's only given up 8 homers in the last 3 seasons. And is one of the premier closers in the game. And he can bring it. 98 miles an hour to Matt. And that's fouled away for a strike.
Came over with Robinson Cano, right?
From the Mariners, yep. Matt's 2 for 5 against this man. Saw him quite a bit with Oakland. The pitch. Slider. It's 1-2.
And that's the pitch that makes him so successful. You know he's going to throw 98 to 100 with the fastball. You cannot get off that fastball, but that nasty slider there, that will get you every time. And just like that, 91 mile an hour slider.
A 4 strikeout night for Matt Olson, all of them swinging. And that's the first time Matt's had that happen to him as a Brave this year. Tough night, 1 away. Here's Austin Riley, who's homered in 3 straight games. You want power versus power? Here you go. This will be fun.
Better believe Austin is ready for that heater.
This guy is tall, he's angular, and when he lets the ball go, it rises, and I would imagine it looks like he's letting it go 3 feet from you.
Remember, Billy Wagner used to look like he was thrown from behind his earlobe. It's that upshoot. It's hard to describe. Beach. It almost feels like the ball's rising towards you, and it's also got that up and to right-handed hitters. It's coming up and into those, up under your hands at 99.
And you foul that fastball off, so you know Diaz is saying, wow, he's on that fastball. Now what am I going to throw, Peter? Sliders away.
Fastball, it is just foul. That was a slider, I beg your pardon.
That was a slider. Well, a slider is like a fastball.
Yeah, I tell you what,
geez, 91 mile an hour.
Yeah, that one's slud. Dizzy Dean would have said.
He was trying to throw the same one that he threw to Matt Olson, but that one caught too much plate. The backup, the spinner, cement mixer, whatever you want to call it, it wasn't a good one. 3rd day in a row, maybe not as sharp.
0-2 pitch. The Braves are down to their last out.
That was a perfect pitch, slider away, just off the plate. You're in protect mode right here, so that pitch is close enough where you almost got to swing at it.
And the biggest difference between Diaz this year is he's able to make the adjustment. He threw a bad one. The very next pitch, he adjusts and throws the banger.
Yeah, but 3 years ago, that doesn't happen.
Well, 3 years ago, he's throwing non-competitive pitches. Every pitch now is competitive around the plate.
Well, Diaz has struck out more than half of all the batters he has seen this year. Think about that. You talk about winning close games and high pressure packed situations. He eliminates runner movement with strike 3.
Well, I remember back in 2019, he faced Ozuna in New York. He throws him an outside fastball, struck him out the night before. The very next night, he faces him again. He throws it on that outside corner, and Ozuna took him out po taco.
So the Braves are down to their last strike here in game 1. And that is your ball game. Diaz with an exclamation point on a pitching masterpiece from Max Scherzer. The Mets beat the Braves 4-1. They extend their lead in the division to 2.5 games. But all's not lost. We've got Spencer Strider and Charlie Morton lying in wait in the finale of these series matchups with the Mets.
A couple of more good pitching matchups to come, but tonight did not let us down. Max didn't have his best stuff, but Max Scherzer certainly did have his through 6 innings. We had our chance in the 7th. Dansby Swanson hit a missile to left that didn't quite get out. Austin Riley goes deep, but just not enough tonight, Beach.
Yeah, tip your cap to Scherzer. I mean, he was terrific tonight, only making 1 mistake with the home run. But Max Fried getting through 5 innings, he grinded it out. But hey, you got a chance to win the series, guys.
That's right. Our guy's going to bring some heat tomorrow in game 2. It'll be Spencer Strider against David Peterson. Our coverage starts at 6:30 on Bally Sports South with first pitch at 7:20. For Paul Burt and Kelly Crow reporting down on the field, for Brian Jordan and Peter Moylan, I'm Chip Carey. Thanks for joining us. Good job, fellas. We'll see you tomorrow night. Stick around. Braves Live presented by Xfinity, anchored by Lauren Jabara, is coming up right after this.